Top story, pleading for a missing teenager to come home.
I'm Adam Roberts in for Vince Vitrano. European reaction to American tariffs.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. So far, so good out on the roads. Light volume, full freeway speeds around the area. It's giving you enough time to prep for this snow that's going to be coming up next week, later on. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
That's right. Thank you, Debbie. We got flurries today. Sun later on, a high of 22. Tonight, more clouds, a low of 17. Wednesday, snow likely 5 to 7 inches along the lakefront. Some totals a little bit less than that to the northwest. So keep an eye on tomorrow. That's the snow day. Right now, 15 degrees at 6:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the parents of a missing 16-year-old girl from Beaver Dam, Sophia Franklin, say her absence is a torment and that they aren't going anywhere, but they need her to come home. They've released a statement now. Franklin's been missing since February 3rd, believed to be with a man named Gary Day, a 40-year-old from Arkansas. Day is the father of Franklin's unborn child. Now, he's been charged with child enticement and child abduction. An Amber Alert remains in effect now. It's been more than a week for Franklin in both Wisconsin and in Arkansas. We do have photos, descriptions, etc. Just text the word Amber to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. It's 855-616-1620. We will send you all the information.
Ongoing issues at the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee, which could be headed towards bankruptcy. That's because audits are showing unreconciled cash balances of nearly $3 million every year going back to 2019. TMJ4 investigative reporter Jenna Ray tells 1017 The Truth how an internal Hackham email they obtained finally explains things.
For years, no one could figure out where that money went until we obtained that email. And it was the same amount of money that was unreconciled previously that the CFO had found in about 2 months of where this money had gone, and it had gone to pay employees instead of going to Section 8 housing vouchers.
Hackham has not completed audits for either 2023 or 2024.
European officials are reacting to President Trump's 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports. Speaking in France, the European Commission Executive VP, Maroš Šefčovič, says tariffs are economically counterproductive.
Tariffs are taxes, bad for businesses, worse for consumers. And by imposing tariffs, the U.S. will be taxing its own citizens, raising costs for its own business, and fueling inflation.
EU leaders are promising tough countermeasures.
Here at home, as the Trump administration steps up border enforcement efforts, it's finding an age-old problem within its own ranks: corruption.
Federal prosecutors say that starting in 2019, Customs Agent Manuel Perez Jr. was involved in drug smuggling and human trafficking conspiracies, helping to sneak undocumented immigrants into the United States for a profit and possessing cocaine for distribution across the South. Convictions on all the charges could land the 32-year-old in prison for 15 years.
That's ABC's Jim Ryan. Perez is the second Customs and Border Patrol officer to be arrested in the last 4 months.
Some law enforcement agencies are adding AI to their body cam process. The footage gets uploaded to a cloud storage system. AI then transcribes the audio. Some agencies have found that it saves on costs and time for officers writing up incident reports, but a body camera doesn't capture everything, reminds retired Waukesha County Sheriff's Detective Steve Peterson.
A larger situation with many victims or many suspects. For example, something occurring near Summerfest, a bar fight, something on Water Street where they're responding to an incident where now this body cam is capturing 4, 5, 6 different voices. How is it deciphering who is whom?
Peterson also tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News that storage for body cam data could become an increasing cost.
Coming up, all aboard the Frozen Sausage Tour.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:05.
Visit Pella at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 14th through the 16th. What makes the Pella experience so exceptional, something you won't find anywhere else? Come see us at the Neary Spring Home Improvement Show, February 14th through the 16th. There's never been a better time to experience Pella in person and get all your questions answered. Find out why Pella has the best wood warranty in the industry. Learn about our incredible design team with an ability to customize windows to match your unique home, and how our professional installers work fast and year-round. The timing is impeccable. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Wisconsin is now offering windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month. You also have no worries thanks to Pella's 10-year installation warranty. Book your in-home consultation at the show and receive a complimentary DesignWorks consultation and Pella Care inspection. That's February 14th through the 16th at the Neri Spring Home Improvement Show. We'd love to see you there. Get windows as low as $22 per month and doors as low as $89 per month at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, memory care issues. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. I've been in their places. I love how they deal with people. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. Kindness is at their core. 14 locations from the Mississippi to Lake Michigan, 4 here in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin-based and family-owned. It's about kindness and care. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Ready for a smaller space, warmer climate, want to live closer to grandkids, or you're just sick of the upkeep? From downsizing to selling, Bruce's team has guided over 3,000 families with care and expertise. Call us today, 262-242-6177.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:07.
Dame versus Steph, shot after shot at at Pfizer Forum, and it just... they lost. It's frustrating. Yes. Details at 6:15.
As bird flu causes more egg shortages and price increases at the grocery store, health officials are recording more cases of avian flu in humans. ABC's Rhiannon Alley.
Nearly 70 people have been infected in the U.S., most of them poultry or dairy workers. On Monday, the CDC confirming a Nevada dairy worker was infected with bird flu, the state's first human case. That patient was infected with a new strain of the virus, spreading among dairy cows.
The CDC says the risk of bird flu to the general public is still low.
The Brewers' famous racing sausages are hitting the road this week
for the first ever frozen sausage tour.
Super Bowl's over, baseball season's starting, and we don't want to neglect our fans around the state, so it's kind of a fun little tour.
Brewers President and Chief Operating Officer Rick Schlesinger. The tour travels to Green Bay, Wausau, Eau Claire, La Crosse, and Madison.
It's a good way just to reconnect with our fans throughout the state.
The Brewers are also in the process of planning a celebration of life for the late Bob Uecker at a game later this summer.
We'll make an announcement probably in the next few weeks.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Brewers pitches and catches, by the way, report tomorrow.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Hey, fellas, Valentine's Day is Friday. I know, don't forget your sweetheart. Just don't do it. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I got an idea. I recommend dinner at the Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford, celebrating 50 years of super affordable meals. The Valentine's Day ribeye steak with stuffed shrimp, super salad potato, and a sweet slice of cheesecake is just $52.99, and that's for 2 dinners. What a value. Celebrate with an old-fashioned Manhattan, a cold brew, or a glass of wine. Just perfect. The Valentine's Day all-you-can-eat fish fry is $7.99. The full menu is also available. So don't pay for an overpriced Valentine's Day dinner. The Mind Chef steak dinner with dessert is just $52.99 for 2 dinners. The all-you-can-eat Wednesday and Friday fish fry is $7.99, serving from 11 a.m. The Mind Chef, easy to get to. Beautiful downtown Hartford, just off the interstate in Oshkosh. Lots of seating, close parking. Call and reserve today. Tables fill quickly. It's the amazing Mind Chef.
Many times, patients have symptoms they didn't know were actually related to their airway breathing issues.
I was suffering from sinus issues, jaw issues, and neck pain. I guess I just kind of had my breaking point.
Unfortunately, this is typical. But until you get to the root of your problem, it's going to just persist. Fortunately, Jody took action, and the results were typical as well.
My quality of life is so different, but one of the first things that I noticed was my breathing. I don't ever remember being able to breathe like that.
Being able to breathe freely is life-changing, and the effects can go beyond that.
Sleeping better, having more energy, and it seemed as if all of those symptoms that I had just melted away.
And thank heavens for that, because at Advent, results are what drive us, helping you breathe well so you can live better.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
6:10. Good morning, Debbie.
Good morning, Eric. It's looking pretty good out on the roads right now. Let me see the road conditions. They're just fine. Light volume, full freeway speeds, so aces. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A few flurries and light snow showers early on this morning, then mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of afternoon sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 20s. Tonight, increasing clouds, low temperatures in the teens. Wednesday, we'll see snow arrive from the west through the mid to late morning hours, picking up in intensity in the afternoon and evening. When it's all said and done Wednesday night, we'll see the heaviest totals closer towards the lakefront, 5 to 8 inches of snow. Lower totals as you head further off to the northwest. Thursday, partly cloudy and cold, high temperatures in the upper teens. Increasing clouds on Friday and some snow possible late Friday into Friday night with temperatures in the 20s. Any snow will wrap up Saturday morning with high temperatures near 30. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now it's 6:11. It's 15 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
6:12, good morning. Eric along with Adam Roberts. Vince is back tomorrow from his trip to Florida. Debbie Laza's got your roads. Tiff Pua helping us out in the newsroom, and Greg Pancake Hill is always running the show today. So, Adam, the signs are going up. You may have noticed them at the old grocery store. Maybe you'll notice them the next time you go. Limits on the number of eggs you can buy. Yes, because of the bird flu and concerns of that, and social media showing people scrambling to buy eggs. No pun intended.
All right.
Sorry. Now we have this issue where Trader Joe's and others deciding, we better put up a sign.
Trader Joe's telling ABC News it will limit customers to 1 carton of eggs per day. No more filling up a shopping cart with eggs. Costco stores are also beginning to limit egg purchases as more Costco customers are complaining eggs are sold out within a few minutes of a store opening.
Yeah, that's ABC's Alex Stone there. So you'll see signs telling you, hey, can you hold off? Being at the grocery store just the other day, didn't really notice that. Saw plenty of eggs, but the price was still high.
Yeah. Should go to different stores.
Did I?
No, I'm saying can't people go to different stores and go around and grab?
Guess nothing's stopping you.
I know.
Shop around.
I assume that the grocery stores, Trader Joe's guy is not going to follow you to the pick and save.
You're hoarding, but you're not hoarding from me.
Yeah, anecdotally, I would agree. I was at Metro Market just the other day and also saw multiple employees at that time loading more eggs into the coolers. But to your point, the prices are noticeably going up. Again, about $5-6 a dozen I saw.
So bird flu causing these shortages, of course, as some facilities depopulate their flock because of the infection. Meanwhile,
happening today,
we do expect some type of information from the DNR today. Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to be discussing more of the data, I think, in terms of how far this has spread in the state.
Okay.
And what I'm interested to know is what makes this unique, because we've seen bird flu before, not just in Wisconsin, but across the country. It's not a new story. But remember, I spoke with DNR Wildlife Supervisor Jasmine Batten last week. We talked with her about the egg price impact. So she was on that. But she also mentioned to me that there are some unique factors here.
This outbreak that's been going on for the last couple of years is unique in the variety of species that it's impacting. The other kind of unique thing about this outbreak this round is that there are a number of wild mammal species that have been impacted as well.
So again, more data expected from the DNR later today.
Sports in a minute, 6:14.
James Imaging Systems. Local support, local accountability, local business technology representatives. Listen to Matheson Manufacturing President Al Leidinger.
She still checks in to see how things are going and if we need anything. So I really do appreciate that from a customer service standpoint.
Michael Quizan, IT Systems Administrator at Great Midwest Bank, discovered the benefits of working with the local team at James.
Our cost from supplies perspective went down. I mean, we're talking about thousands in a year.
So we saved a lot of money by bringing James Imaging on.
James Imaging Systems client Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales with the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra, on dealing with James.
They are making sure you get the full value and life of every product that you have with them.
Local support, local accountability, local people. Get it all with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Damian Lillard came to play Monday night.
Dame's going to step in and uncork a beauty. Top of the arc three for Dame. He's got 36, but we said it about midway through this game. It couldn't be just Lillard tonight. Someone else was going to have to step up in the second half. That someone has not stepped up yet.
Yeah, that's right, Dave Kane. With Giannis out until after the All-Star break, Lillard scored 38, but it wasn't enough as the Bucks fall to Golden State, 125-111 at Fiserv. Steph Curry also had 38. New Buck Kyle Kuzma had 21. The Bucks now 28-25. They got one more game before the All-Star break. Now, for Dame, according to the coach, Doc Rivers, he is hoping for a successful yet restful weekend.
I hope he wins the three-point contest. I hope he plays 2 minutes in the All-Star game and then gets rest. My guess is Dame will be almost the, what is it when you're the lead of the parade? What do they call you? The Grand Marshal? Is that what it is? What did you call it?
I said the MC.
What is that?
It's like the person who runs the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not going with that one.
Okay. Anyway,
that took a bit to get to that.
The MC or the Grand Marshal, whatever.
The Grand
anyway,
Poobah. All right.
Yeah, the Bucks got one more game tomorrow night before the break against the Wolves. Marquette and DeBall tonight at Fiserv. You can hear that game on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
And as we heard in the top of the hour news, Brewers pitchers and catchers will report tomorrow. We also are expecting some new threads again, Eric. We're calling fall. Nike facing a lot of pushback from their very revealing uniforms, you may say. Well, they are reneging and going back. That means thicker fabric, so little is left to the imagination, or was last year. That won't be the case now. Nike, of course, currently halfway through a massive $1 billion deal as the official uniform supplier. That's through 2029.
That was an issue last year. Just cheap. And
those uniforms have their own Wikipedia page. The Vapor Premiers. Oof.
All right, good to know. Yes, and baseball is back starting tomorrow, 6/18.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Should I delay my Social Security benefits, or should I start taking them right away? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Your decision can impact your income for the rest of your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help you create a strategy to maximize your benefits so you can make the most of what you've earned. Social Security is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap. Take the first step today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and get a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Don't leave money on the table. Text SS to 414-897-9522 9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
WTMJ's Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by J&J Contractors for all your home renovation needs.
620. Hi there, Debbie Lazaga.
Hello, looking pretty good out on the roads. We do have light volume, full freeway speeds. No incidents really to report at the moment. Let's see. At the state line on 94 northbound, we do have the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. But again, that's at the state line. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
So we've got some flurries this morning, but it's going to be mostly cloudy with afternoon sun, the high of 22. Clouds then increase tonight. And that's what we're watching tomorrow for some snow. Winter storm watch taking effect at noon for much of the area. That's kind of our timeline we're looking at. As far as totals, if you're away from the lake, looks like it's going to be less for you this time around, about 3 to 5 inches. If you're on the lakefront from about Port Washington south, we could be seeing 5 to 7, maybe even higher amounts of some heavier snow, thick as well, and a high of 27. Right now, cloudy and 15 in Milwaukee at 621.
Vice President J.D. Vance says no to excessive regulation when it comes to AI.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Yeah, Vance speaking at the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris just hours ago. He says strict guidelines will hurt the development of artificial intelligence.
We believe that excessive regulation of the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off.
More from the VP.
The AI future is not going to be won by hand-wringing about safety. It will be won by building.
We now go live to Paris for more details on this summit and the VP's position. CBS correspondent Olivia Rinaldi joins us on Wisconsin's Morning News. Good morning, Olivia. So do the VP's comments conflict with what others are thinking when it comes to the AI summit you're at?
Good morning, Eric and Adam. No, actually, the VP's comments are pretty much in line with what we've been hearing from officials on the ground at this artificial intelligence summit. French President Macron yesterday really stressed the importance of the AI race internationally, not only between the U.S. and China, but also getting Europe in the mix. And a lot of the conversation that's being had here, it's interesting. It's not about safety. It's not really about regulation. It's not about guidelines. But it's actually about opportunity. And it's about ways that these countries can really get ahead in developing artificial intelligence, but also using it for good, not only using it in certain aspects that we've been seeing on the internet, but for using it in healthcare, using it in climate change solutions, those sorts of things. That's what we've been hearing here. So when Vice President Vance spoke this morning and said that he is focused on AI opportunity for the U.S. and how that can blend with our partners in Europe, is very much in line with what we've been seeing for the last couple of days at this summit.
But could you argue, Olivia, that using AI for good should also include regulation? I mean, even Elon Musk, who has been probably the world's biggest advocate for the technology, as recently as last year, said he would support measures for AI regulation.
Well, certainly. We did hear that from the vice president this morning. He issued caution to any hostile foreign adversaries that he said have, quote, weaponized AI software to rewrite history, surveil users, censor speech. He said, I want to be clear, the Trump administration will block such efforts, full stop. And he said they will safeguard American AI and chips and technologies from any theft and misuse. But you're right, a lot of this conversation is about opportunity and less about the guardrails surrounding artificial intelligence and how countries can use it to, one, censor people, but also, two, really push forward an agenda or a narrative that they would like to. So there's some conversation about that, but largely here in Paris, what we've been hearing is about development and opportunity for artificial intelligence. Now, there have, of course, been previous summits that have been about those guardrails and guidelines and have been a little bit darker and gloomier, I should say, than the sunny outlook that we're getting here at the moment.
Olivia Rinaldi from CBS joins us live from Paris for the AI summit that's taking place. So are there action plans now coming from this summit, like where they're going to move forward, what they're going to do?
That's a good question. We haven't seen any tangible action sets that are happening, but of course today all of the bilateral meetings are occurring between the leaders. Yesterday was more so we're hearing from professors in this space, people who really study and develop artificial intelligence, tech leaders. Today is when all the policy is being discussed. That's something to watch for today, whether or not we'll see any big announcement. Vice President Vance, though, when he was speaking, he really issued 4 points saying that the U.S. will make sure that American AI is the gold standard. He wants to see less regulation in the AI sector, as you heard him say earlier, and also promote what he called a deregulatory flavor at the conference, really just talking about how the European Union in history has really been at the forefront of putting regulations and guardrails in on social media. And he says that impacts our AI companies. We want to see less of those regulations. So that's perhaps something to watch out for, of a way that we could see some policy come out of this. But he also, his last 2 points that he hit on was that artificial intelligence should remain free from any ideological bias. And he doesn't want American AI to be co-opted and used for authoritarian censorship, and then promoting any pro-growth artificial intelligence jobs in the U.S. That was something he hit on several times, talking about that. And of course, that's related to Stargate, which is the initiative that Trump announced a few weeks ago, that $500 billion investment from OpenAI and other American artificial intelligence companies. So a broad announcement of things that he's focused on and looking at, but no specific tangible policies that will be coming out of this summit as of yet.
Real quick, Olivia, we got about a minute left with you. Are any world leaders concerned about the monopolization of the AI world? Because not to bring up Elon Musk again, but he is reported to be attempting a takeover of OpenAI, the leading artificial intelligence company in America. So is that a concern for world leaders as well?
You know, we haven't quite heard that, but what we are seeing here is all of these world leaders promoting their country's own in artificial intelligence groups. So we've heard from Sam Altman here. We've also heard from the CEO of Google, Microsoft, but French President Macron has been pushing the French company for artificial intelligence while he's been here. And of course, China's representatives are here talking about DeepSeek, their artificial intelligence company. So while it may seem in the U.S. hyper-focused on OpenAI and ChatGPT and Elon Musk and that takeover, on a world stage, everyone is promoting their own artificial intelligence companies, not only the U.S. companies. It's kind of interesting.
CBS correspondent Olivia Rinaldi, live from the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris this morning. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you.
AI, I really believe, will facilitate and make people more productive. It is not going to replace human beings.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Stock futures, 2 hours from the bell. Everything is in the red. Everything down. The Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P all down at the moment. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Shopco Optical, talking with Dr. Angelina Popovic about something we all deal with, digital eye strain.
Digital eye strain affects us all today. We are all on social media devices, such as computers, e-readers, and telephones. Blue light that emits from those devices can really produce different visual problems. Sometimes when we utilize our digital devices for a period of time, you can experience headaches, fatigue, blurry vision, halos. Things can be associated with dryness as well. Digital eye fatigue can also impair your head and neck. It can produce a stiff neck. You can obtain a headache. And so utilizing your media devices, it's great, but you might also experience some side effects that you'll need to talk to your optometrist about.
So, doctor, what can we do to reduce that digital eye strain?
Decreasing the brightness of your screen, that's number one. Also being mindful of the surrounding lighting situation within your space, such as minimizing the overhead light. Place your computers arm's length, but a little bit down, like 2 to 3 inches down, so that it's not directly in front of you. Take breaks when you're utilizing your devices, such as computers, iPhone, tablets, e-readers. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Utilize glasses that both have UV as well as the blue light protection, so it minimizes any chances of digital eye fatigue or strain. There are great lenses by Zeiss that we do sell it here at Shop Shopko Optical. Contact lenses have evolved, and Johnson & Johnson just came out with a contact lens called AccuView Oasis Max that helps protect from the UV light and blue-ray light as well. If you're experiencing digital eye strain, please partner with one of our Shopko Optical optometrists so that we can talk to you about the various symptoms that you're experiencing and provide you solutions to help alleviate those.
Shopko Optical, dozens of locations in southeast Wisconsin. Learn more or book an appointment with the experts at shopko.com.
6:30, I'm Erik. Bilstad. Our top story, a person found dead in a car fire.
I'm Adam Roberts. More about lead in MPS schools.
I'm Debbie Lozic. Everything's looking great out on the roads. The only issue, northbound 94 at the state line, left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Flurries today, a high of 22. Tonight, a low of 17. Snow tomorrow. Right now, it's 15 degrees.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. A new front opening in a trade war as President Trump announced 25% tariffs on imports of steel and aluminum.
The American Iron and Steel Institute praising what they say is President Trump's continued commitment to a strong American steel industry. But experts are warning that these tariffs could drive up prices for American consumers.
That's ABC's Mary Bruce. The president in the Oval Office Monday also said Israel should end the ceasefire with Hamas if Hamas does not release all hostages by the weekend. He signed an executive order ordering the release of more documents related to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. The FBI now says it's discovered 2,400 additional documents that have been previously unrecognized related to the Kennedy assassination. The Justice Department's ordered federal prosecutors in New York to drop their corruption charges against New York City Mayor Eric Adams, saying it would hamper him from helping in immigration crackdowns. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
One person dead after a car fire on Milwaukee's northwest side. Police were called to the scene near 26th and Locust Monday evening around 9:30. Firefighters did find someone dead inside the car. Once they were able to put the fire out, the cause of that car fire remains unknown this morning.
Happening today, Milwaukee Health Department is set to release a lead risk assessment report for Golda Meir School after finding excessive lead levels in dust and paint at multiple MPS schools last week. MHD found a student was exposed to lead paint in the Golda Meir lower campus basement bathrooms last month. Unacceptable lead also found at a middle school, or a dual language school, MHD sending a letter to the district last week directing MPS to fully comply with lead hazard cleaning. The report's release also happens the same day the board is set to meet to discuss the implementation of school resource officers and consider finalists for an open superintendent position.
An update to the Amber Alert story out of Beaver Dam that we've been following closely. The parents of that missing and pregnant teenager calling for her to come home. In a statement, the family of Sophia Franklin, the 16-year-old, says her absence has been a torment, but they aren't going anywhere. Franklin has been missing since February 3rd and is believed to be with a man named Gary Day, a 40-year-old from Arkansas. Day is the father of Franklin's unborn child. He has been charged with child enticement and child abduction, and that Amber Alert remains in effect.
Wisconsin has seen 6 fatal accidents this winter involving a UTV on ice, which is prompting the Department of Natural Resources to issue more safety reminders. Lieutenant Jacob Holzklau tells WTMJ extra caution is necessary during an unpredictable and, to this point, snow-sparse winter.
Maybe it's not a good year to explore those new places. At the same time, be careful of the areas that you are familiar with, because there's been situations of open water in, maybe the size of a car or a truck that really isn't there normally. Sometimes there's currents under that ice, there's springs under that ice.
Holzklau says some UTVs are so heavy they're nearing motor vehicle weight and therefore need thicker ice to support.
As a buyout program for federal workers goes through the courts, there are questions about the impact if federal employees here in Wisconsin took the proposed buyouts. MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy tells Wisconsin's Midday News how many workers this actually affects.
We only have 18,000 federal workers here, so that's less than 0.6% of Wisconsin's workforce. And most of those employees in Wisconsin, interestingly enough, work for one of the VAs here in the state.
Sheehy says the impact would be greater in states like Virginia or Maryland, where 6% of the employees work for the federal government.
Artificial intelligence now assisting law enforcement. In Elgin, Illinois, the police department there is using AI to just transcribe audio from body cameras. Proponents tout the time and money that it saves, but critics say it could be a problem in court. Retired Waukesha County Sheriff's Detective Steve Peterson.
The questions come in is who actually wrote the report? Did the officer write the report or did AI write the report? And I think this comes into play when an officer is on the stand, and one of the things a defense attorney will typically do is try to impeach the officer's report.
Officers in Elgin must still review and edit AI-generated transcripts before submitting reports.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:35.
Coming up, another issue on the runway.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. For convenient car shopping and financing, visit Heiser Automotive Group at one of their 4 locations: Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Or visit Heiser.com, because today's your day.
Here at Rich Lawns, we offer both comfort service and expert service.
Our comfort service comes with movie theater popcorn, hot gourmet coffee, upfront pricing, on-time scheduling, plus anything else we can do to keep you comfortable.
Put that on top of honest service from the most friendliest, hard-working people you'll ever meet inside a tire and service center. And well, we'd like to believe we're on the right track to meeting your expectations.
But when your check engine light, tire light, or any other light screams, "Service me," well, that means you're due for our other type of service.
Our expert service. Tires, brakes, belts, mufflers, transmissions, and even engine repair.
Come on into Richlands and put our expert service to the test.
And while you're relaxing, enjoy our comfort services too. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, your
due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 6:37.
Adding the new pieces to a new Bucks puzzle. That at 6:45.
Another deadly incident involving a plane in this country, this time in Scottsdale, Arizona. One person dead there, 3 others injured after a private jet owned by the singer of Motley Crue, Vince Neil, who was not on board the plane, veered off a runway, crashing into another jet. More from CBS's Chris Van Cleve.
It was just about 2:40 local time here in Phoenix when this Learjet came into land at the Scottsdale airport. That's an airport very popular with private jets. As it came in and landed, it appears part of the landing gear collapsed, which sent the plane veering off the runway. It slammed into a parked Gulfstream 200.
So this is the, by my count now, 4th deadly incident involving a plane this year. You had the Potomac, you had Philadelphia, and then last week that incident in Alaska in the Bering Sea. So I would push pause because it does seem like this is another one of those, one happens and then we start hearing reports
Shark
of
attack.
others. However, these are deadly incidents, and it's certainly nothing to shake your hat at.
Big day today for the local district. That story coming up at 6:38.
During your career, investments piled up. From 401ks to brokerage accounts, it turned into quite a collection. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe every portfolio tells a story. We've analyzed thousands. Some reflect diligence and fortitude. Others, a mishmash of overlapping investments. When Annex reviews a portfolio, we spot what works, what might not, and then provide unbiased suggestions. Every portfolio tells a story. Let's work on yours. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. That's our story. Head to AnnexWealth.com.
Do you remember the food pyramid? Nutritionists have since changed their guidelines regarding the importance of bread and carbs in a healthy diet. Dietary guidelines come and go. However, Dr. Dan Pavla says Jesus is the bread of life, who forgives and feeds his church with a balanced diet of word, water, bread, and wine. Hear Dr. Pavla's message, the bread of our lives, this week on the Lutheran Hour.
Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Team up with the Brewers for an epic company event this season. Gather your crew of just 15 or more for a Brewers group outing and trade weekday meetings for a fun-filled day at American Family Field. Featuring options like tailgate spaces, all-inclusive areas, seating blocks, and more. Plus, Brewers ticket representatives will make planning your event easy, as they'll be your concierge while you book your event. Start planning your company outing today at brewers.com/groups.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
640 Debbie Lasga. Traffic sponsored by the shower remodel experts at KohlerServicesWI.com. Debbie, we got some snow coming tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. That means everybody, please gird your loins, be prepared. Everybody just, be prepared.
More details on that in a second, but first, how are the roads?
We've got actually a good ride right now. Everything is rolling along fine. No delays, no incidents up on the board other than that broken down vehicle at the state line on northbound 94. That's the left lane blocked, the broken down vehicle there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A few flurries and light snow showers early on this morning, then mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of afternoon sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 20s. Tonight, increasing clouds, low temperatures in the teens. Wednesday, we'll see snow arrive from the west through the mid to late morning hours, picking up in intensity in the afternoon and evening. When it's all said and done Wednesday night, we'll see the heaviest totals closer towards the lakefront, 5 to 8 inches of snow. Lower totals as you head further off to the northwest. Thursday, partly cloudy and cold, high temperatures in the upper teens. Increasing clouds on Friday and some snow possible late Friday into Friday night with temperatures in the 20s. Any snow will wrap up Saturday morning with high temperatures near 30. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Right now at 6:42, it's chilly 15 degrees. Wisconsin's morning news. Vince Toronto is back tomorrow. Erik Bilstad along with Adam Roberts. Could today be the day?
Happening today.
Big day today, potentially, for Milwaukee Public Schools. The school board holding a special meeting today to discuss its 3 superintendent finalists. Now, you may recall late last week, the 3 finalists, candidates, all of whom are from the East Coast, none of them are from in town.
Right.
We're here for a meet and greet. Did a couple of days of that. Now, the board had said a decision would come later this month or early next. So today could just be the start of the conversation, but we do know they're talking about it today. It's always possible they move quickly on this. We'll find out. What's interesting, though, is that the board meeting today comes on the same day as another MPS story starts to percolate.
Yeah, you've been hearing in the top of the hour news today, the city's health department is going to be issuing a lead risk assessment. Recalled last week, we first reported that multiple MPS schools saw lead levels way beyond the acceptable threshold. We're talking at Golda Meir Lower Campus, just north of where we are here downtown, 14 times over the federal safety threshold on windowsills. And the word that they used in the report for the lead on floors in the school, throughout. So that's not just an isolated spot. That's throughout the facility. And that prompted the health department to say, hey, we got to change something. Now, when they released this report, my first question is, why do we need to get to this point? If you're talking 14 times acceptable levels, that didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
Like, this is, to your point, been percolating for a while. We've been talking about lead in MPS schools for who knows
forever.
how long. So that would be my first thought on this. And the timing, is very interesting that they have this release, and then in about 5 hours later, hypothetically, they could name the next person who's going to have this among with other issues, think school resource officers
You think
to
you
tackle.
did that together on the same day, huh? You think so?
It's an interesting PR swerve if you try, but I can't see them doing that.
It is 6:44. The new look Bucks take to the court. How to go, we'll tell you in 1 minute.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Excel Custom Contracts and Siding Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Damian Lillard drops 38, but it wasn't enough as the Bucks fall to Steph Curry and the Warriors 125-111 at Fiserv Forum. Curry also had 38 points. No Giannis as he sits out with that strained calf. Now, the new Bucks forward, Kyle Kuzma, played 34 minutes. He had 21 points, 6 boards, and he came in the Chris Middleton trade with the Wizards. We also saw Kevin Porter Jr. for the first time. He had 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers. He also played some pretty good defense in his time in action as we try to fit in these new pieces.
3 games removed from the NBA trade deadline, Bucks head coach Doc Rivers has his work cut out for him trying new lineups.
So what does that adjustment look like for you when planning out minutes when you get new guys coming in with fresh skill sets?
It's easy with one guy. I just wanted JBJ to play, but I did like defensively. You can see he can be really good for us. We have guys here that we like, so we have to find out in these next 30 games what our rotations will be, so it's important.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter Carter, WTMJ Sports.
One more game before the All-Star break tomorrow night in Minnesota. Marquette and DePaul tonight from Fiserv. You can hear that game on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. And reminder, first round of the NCAA tournament. The basketball tournament will be also at Fiserv. Journal Sentinel has some of those details. Fiserv is going to host the first round games on Friday, the 21st, and then those winners in the second round, Sunday, March 23rd.
We're about a month out from Selection Sunday,
Here we go.
Oh, baby. Hey, by the way, speaking of warmer weather and spring, Brewers heading out this week. Pitchers and catchers reporting.
What was that?
The semi-truck.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
the truck.
Loading the truck.
All
Yeah, we
right.
got the frozen sausage tour. I probably should have explained that better.
No, I get it. All
But
right.
yeah, they're on their way out. We'll be in Arizona this week. Now, storyline to keep an eye on. Recall Willie Adames, he gone. He's not with the program and the organization anymore, so we got to find a new shortstop. If you're looking for storylines to follow in spring training, keep an eye on that position. You know, Bryce Terang, Joey Ortiz, they're in-house, so one of the two you figure would slide into that position, but it's not a given, and that's certainly a big name you got to replace. So keep an eye on that. Now, Terang probably has the lead as he was a Gold Glove winner at second last year, but could be an interesting spot to follow if you're looking for interesting nuggets. As spring baseball kicks off here coming up pretty shortly, we'll have our first broadcast coming up on the 22nd here on WTMJ.
Let's do it. 6:48.
Spanning the state with Kristen Bry and Brian Noonan.
Lots of things that should not be in your car right now because it is that cold outside.
If you needed to be reminded to not leave this in your car in the bitter cold, you really need to reevaluate your life choices. It says loved ones. Well, I took Grandma for a ride. Did you bring her in? Oh, son of a... No! She's been out there for 4 hours. She looks like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining.
Sometimes the obvious has to be said.
Only on WTMJ. It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win. And how many games? 6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Too late to keep them out, but you can get rid of them. Vince Vitrano for the Bugman and Queen Bee, your best pest defense. And because they're local, this family veteran-owned and operated business knows Wisconsin winter. So you get the Bugman and Queen Bee out to your home or business for the crack, crevice, and void treatment. That'll take care of any insects that already got in, and we're hoping to spend the winter inside your walls. Ugh. 20% off your first service or double up with a rodent inspection, 25% off the cost of both when you tell them Vinny sent you. Bugman, QueenBee.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Debbie Lazga at 6:50. Good morning.
Good morning. We are squeaky clean out on the roads. No issues, no incidents. I'm not really seeing any delays just yet. Maybe a little bit of building volume, but really nothing to panic about. You're in good shape to head to work on time. I'm Debbie Lazga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating. You may see some morning flurries as you head out the door today, but that should give way to some sun this afternoon. High of 22. Then the clouds will increase tonight, and that's when things could get dicey starting into the day tomorrow. Winter storm watch for much of southeast Wisconsin takes effect at noon. We'll check with TMJ4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky coming up at 7:20. Going to be some hefty amounts, especially if you're near the lake. We could be talking 5 to 7 inches, maybe locally higher spots. Away from the water, totals will be a little bit less. High of 27, then heading into the end of the week, 18 Thursday, 26 Friday. Next chance for some snow coming in early on Saturday. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 16 degrees at 6:51.
I swear, was it Monday? Got an email from the Journal Sentinel's Lori Nickel where she says, please let it snow. And how about that? Well done, Lori.
You got your wish.
You're getting your wish tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, for like 1 week. But, we need to ski. Let's go.
I get it. Hey, got to ask you this. So I often think of people who go on vacation and it's so stressful and so much work, they almost need another vacation when they get back from the vacation and take 2 days off of work just at home to do nothing. It makes me think of the NBA All-Star Game or any of these All-Star Games, but with the NBA one just a couple of days away, you got Damian Lillard, who is obviously carrying the load right now, and he's supposed to play, and it's in his hometown of Oakland. He's got all this stuff going on. Do you get any rest when you go to something like that?
That's the ultimate conundrum for, and one of the things to hate about the NBA schedule is the players who are the best need the most rest, and yet they're all shipped off to California for this prestigious All-Star game. Asking him about it last night, he said, I'm going to be smart about it. I know who my people are, but this is still such a big deal for him. 25 years ago, he was, I think, a 9-year-old kid. His dad let him and his brother skip the whole week of school. They went to the All-Star festivities all week. They even participated in a 3-point shooting contest that Damian came close to winning, or maybe he even won it. I can't remember, but he said when he was in high school and when he was at Weber State, he really wasn't well known. So now getting to come back and having this crowning moment is great for him. The flip side of that, though, is he's 34 years old. He's been pushing himself, playing 44, 52 games. And lately he's been dealing with hamstring soreness, calf injury. Remember, just a couple of months ago, he was in the concussion protocol. He needs rest as well. So that's a tough thing. A lot of the other guys are resting, but he says he's ready for the balance. He knows how to do it.
And Lori, sticking with the All-Star festivities, this may be low-hanging fruit, but it's got to be asked. Is it time to retire the dunk contest, or at least take the NFL route and zhuzh it up like they've done with the Pro Bowl, trying different things out? Because it just feels like, from a star power perspective, for years, it just hasn't been there. I know Andre Jackson Jr., our guy, is going to be in it, but I'm just talking big picture.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person. I just scrapped the whole All-Star thing to get there to me. I hate it because Andre Jackson Jr. is a great dunker. We could see that in games. The Bucks don't need to see him twist an ankle, knock on wood, or I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to see injuries to anybody in the league or any tweaks or anything like that. You're right. It is, though. It's all geared towards the younger guys trying to establish themselves, make a name for themselves. But You've probably watched more of it than I have. So whatever your opinion is, I will agree, because All-Star Weekend for reporters too is like, let's go skiing. I'm not watching any of that.
Is there a lot of skiing in Oakland?
Man, I don't know. You funny daddies, man. No, see, I disagree with you guys. I feel like this is what it's supposed to be. I get frustrated when you hear about a starting pitcher in baseball get pulled in the 8th inning with a no-hitter. Well, we got to save him for the stretch run. No, go for it. Like this is the whole idea of fandom, right? Like I want to see someone do a flip and a dunk. I want to see him do like a 360 from the free throw line, jump over a car, make me smile, entertain me.
Aren't the Rim Rockers for that? Didn't you go see the Globetrotters for that on New Year's Eve? Eric, baseball and NBA, totally different things. The NBA guys are the best athletes in the world.
Agreed.
And the schedule wears them down to a nub. That's the problem, is that these people who pay all this money to go see a game against Golden State don't see Giannis because he's load managing. He's taking care of his own injuries. That's the problem with the NBA, is the schedule is about 12 games too long, and it's too demanding, and there's all these back-to-backs. So it's just the NBA is a totally different beast, even from the NFL. It's the most demanding schedule. It's the one that takes away the most from the players. And this is the time where they need the rest. They're 2/3 of the way into the schedule. They all need to rest.
Speaking of that, Lori, is Doc Rivers' voice okay? Is he going to take a rest and not speak for a couple of days?
I know. I'm watching him so much just from how well he's taking care of himself, and how he looks. But I think, we never ask. He gets mad when we ask about all the players and we don't ask how he's doing. And once again, last night, nobody asked, how are you doing, Coach? How are you feeling? But he's so real about this stuff, talking about how fatigued they are. They've had two tough road schedules, and they just got through one, and they have another one in March. So he knows that everybody on his team is tired. There were so many turnovers last night. I don't know how he's feeling. My guess is if there's a golf course somewhere without snow on it, that's where he'll be this week. That's my guess.
Well, enjoy it, Lori, when the snow comes down. You'll be out there cross-country skiing, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, you bet. Yep.
All right.
Listening to all of you, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you, Lori.
Thank
the Milwaukee
you.
Journal Sentinel's Lori Nickel. It's 6:57 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
3 buyers acquire 23 Pizza Hut locations in Wisconsin. The buyers paid more than $2 million in total for the restaurants, which were auctioned after current owner EYM Pizza filed for bankruptcy in 2024. The Green Bay Packers ranked 12th in the NFL for sponsorship deals with 114 this season. Packers quarterback Jordan Love has the most endorsement deals on the team with 11. 2 of 15 planned townhouse-style downtown Milwaukee condos hit the market. The 2 units are priced pre-sale for $935,000 and $1.1 million, which represent the lowest and highest-priced units in the development. I'm Logan Hansen for MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the 2 of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Love is in the air at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. This February, play to your heart's content in the Love It or Leave It $300,000 game show. Thursday night, you could love your prize or leave it for another. For a chance to cuddle up to thousands in cash and prizes, just play using your rewards card. Get ready to love it or leave it. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at PaysBig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Tony Drake here from Drake & Associates. Big news. Our Retirement Ready radio show is moving to a new time slot. Catch us at noon every Saturday. At Drake & Associates, we craft tailor-made plans that not only meet your financial needs, but align seamlessly with your unique lifestyle. Tune in at noon on Saturdays and get retirement ready.
Drake & Associates, LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates, LLC does not provide legal or tax advice.
Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattress.
You gotta get to Built Right today.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7 o'clock, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, February 11th. Our top story, a family pleading for their missing daughter to come home.
I'm Adam Roberts. Where should the Palestinians go?
I'm Debbie Lazaga, looking at a good ride shaping up around the entire area. No major delays and no incidents either. Volume is light. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Flurries this morning, cloudy with some sun later on today, a high of 22. Tonight, more clouds and a low of 17. Tomorrow's the snow day. Later on in the day, we expect midday. It's starting maybe 5 to 7 inches from Port Washington along the lake to the south. Right now, it's 15 degrees at 7:01. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the parents of a missing and pregnant teenager asking for her to come home. An update on the Amber Alert we've been following on WTMJ. The family releasing a statement for 16-year-old Sophia Franklin from Beaver Dam. They say her absence has been a torment. They're saying they're not going anywhere. They need her home. Franklin has been missing since February 3rd. She's believed to be with Gary Day, a man from Arkansas. He's 40 years old. Day said to be the father of Franklin's unborn child. Now, he's been charged already with child enticement and child abduction. The Amber Alert now in effect for a week in both Wisconsin and Arkansas. We do have all the information, photos, descriptions. Just text the word Amber to the WTMJ Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the info.
Could the Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee be on the verge of bankruptcy? According to an email obtained by our partners at TMJ4 News weeks ago, Hackham is at risk for filing for bankruptcy. Investigative reporter Jenna Ray telling 1017 The Truth.
The agency's own chief financial officer laid out that $2.8 million have been reallocated, or in his words, misused and illegally used, in his words, to pay for people's salaries and benefits instead of going to Section 8 housing.
Other documents say this was not reported to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, even as HUD noted there were financial inconsistencies during audits of the Housing Authority.
President Trump meets with the King of Jordan today, and big issues are on the agenda.
President Trump meets with the King of Jordan today at the White House, a meeting that comes after he threatened Monday to cut off U.S. aid to Jordan if it doesn't agree to his plan for Gaza. President Trump continues to say that Jordan and Egypt should take in the nearly 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza while that area is rebuilt. He said Monday they will do it because, quote, they have good hearts. But the King of Jordan and the President of Egypt have forcefully pushed back on this idea, saying they're opposed to any plan that would move Palestinians from their homes. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Happening today here at home, a report will unveil more findings about lead in Milwaukee public schools.
The Milwaukee Health Department found excessive lead levels in dust and paint at Golda Meir and Albert Kegel Dual Language School last week, after 2 MPS students tested positive for lead poisoning last month. MHD is releasing a lead risk assessment with more details for Golda Meir Lower Campus to the public today. Both schools have remained open, but the health department has directed MPS to, quote, fully adhere to MHD's directives on lead hazard cleaning, remediation, and abatement, end quote. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Wisconsin has seen 6 deadly accidents involving a UTV on the ice this winter. It's prompting the DNR to issue more safety wardens now. Warden Jacob Holzclaw tells WTMJ Spending the State extra caution is necessary during an unpredictable and snow-sparse winter.
Maybe it's not a good year to explore those new places. At the same time, be careful of the areas that you are familiar with, because there's been situations of open water in, maybe the size of a car or a truck that really isn't there normally. Sometimes there's currents under that ice, there's springs under that ice.
Holzclaw says some UTVs are so heavy they're nearing motor vehicle weight, therefore need thicker ice to support. A safer option is just walking across the ice.
Coming up, there could be hope for peanut allergy sufferers.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
So how would I describe our people? I'd say the people we set out to hire have to be smart, hardworking, and honest. Honesty being paramount of the three. Because honesty breeds integrity. And when you have integrity, you won't let yourself do anything less than your best. And that's who we're looking for. Character counts here, and integrity matters. And that's why it's easy for us to offer the industry's best lifetime workmanship warranty with every roof we sell. A rock-solid warranty like ours guarantees our reputation and assures your satisfaction. At Semper Fi, we do the right thing. We seize the moral high ground, and we hold it. And when you do that, you end up having a business that's going to last for generations. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Heiser's Snowy Roads Sweetheart Prices Sales event is happening now. Remaining 2024 models are priced to go. Looking for a vehicle that can handle our wintry roads? Get yourself a reliable all-wheel drive that can handle anything winter throws at you. With heated seats to top safety features and our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life, our vehicles are built to keep you cozy with peace of mind, even when the roads get slick. But hurry, our 2024 models are almost gone. So visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
Namaste.
Dan, what are you doing?
Shh, you're harshing my mellow. Join me in some breathing exercises to chase away the chaos.
Let's focus on our clients, since we offer an exceptional way to control the chaos.
Inspired Closets can more than double your closet storage space.
And we don't over-design projects, sending you 3 beautiful designs to fit your price point.
Plus, our true lifetime warranty makes it a no-brainer.
Get started today at InspiredClosetsMilwaukee.com.
Inspired Closets.
A wife and husband team.
Celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or retirement this week with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill. Buy one dinner, get one free, 7 nights a week. Google Fox and Hounds restaurant and enjoy your free dinner.
Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 7:06.
Dame the Grand Marshal or Dame the MC? That story at 7:15.
Among a flurry of executive orders signed by the president the last few weeks, perhaps one of the most talked about has been his mandate to bring back plastic straws, which was signed into effect on Monday. CBS's Naomi Rookham.
We're going back to plastic straws. These things don't work.
President Trump signed the mandate Monday, reversing a Biden-era plan to cut the reliance on plastics in the federal government.
On occasion, they break, they explode. It's a ridiculous situation. So we're going back to plastic straws.
Under former President Biden's plan announced last year, the goal was to phase out the federal purchase of single-use plastics by 2027, while cutting them out altogether by 2050.
The environmental group Our Last Straw says plastic straws are among the top 10 contributors to plastic marine debris across the world.
A new study is offering hope for families dealing with peanut allergies. ABC's Lionel Moise.
Researchers say every child in the group that was gradually given doses of peanut butter became desensitized, with 100% able to tolerate 9 grams of peanut protein compared to 21% in the group that avoided peanuts. And even after the study, 68% were able to sustain their tolerance compared to 8% in the other group.
We've heard of these stories before where taking a little bit at a time over a long duration can help blow up the allergy, researchers are hopeful that the same treatment strategy could work for food allergens other than just peanuts.
The Brewers honoring the late Bob Uecker with a special arm patch this upcoming season, and more.
The golden navy plaid printed patch, complete with Bob's embroidered signature, will appear on the arm sleeve of Brewers uniforms.
So it sort of replicates his sort of loud sport coats that he wore in the 70s and early 80s when he was on Carson and others, making appearances on the Miller Lite commercials.
Brewers President and Chief Operating Officer Rick Schlesinger says details on a public celebration of life will be announced later this spring.
Definitely going to be later this summer. It'll be, a very extensive pregame ceremony before a game.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Uecker passed away January 16th from small cell lung cancer at 90 years old.
7:09 coming up. You'll soon see this at the grocery store.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi. I've been on this weight loss journey for about 4 weeks, and I've already lost 20 pounds thanks to my amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. My wife's on board. Kathy loves it, and we are both feeling more energized.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
7:10. Hey, Debbie Lazaga.
Hey there. We're starting to see volume picking up a little bit. We do have a crash. This one doesn't look good. Westbound 94, just about at 20th Street. The right lane is blocked. A couple of cars. One of them is up on the grass. The other one has the tail end of it all crunched up, and it's perpendicular to the driving lane. So just be careful around that area. We're definitely going to start to see some delays heading through there. Eastbound starting to back up just a bit right through the stadium interchange to 35th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A few flurries and light snow showers early on this morning, then mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of afternoon sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 20s. Tonight, increasing clouds, low temperatures in the teens. Wednesday, we'll see snow arrive from the west through the mid to late morning hours, picking up in intensity in the afternoon and evening. When it's all said and done Wednesday night, we'll see the heaviest totals closer towards the lakefront, 5 to 8 inches of snow. Lower totals as you head further off to the northwest. Thursday, partly cloudy and cold, high temperatures in the upper teens. Increasing clouds on Friday and some snow possible late Friday into Friday night with temperatures in the 20s. Any snow will wrap up Saturday morning with high temperatures near 30. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Yeah, tomorrow is going to be a day. That watch starts around noon, and you're looking at 5 to 7 inches of snow starting tomorrow midday. Right now at 7:11, it's 16 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
I should point out, too, so it's 5 to 7, as Tyler said, from Port Washington to the south along the lakefront, north and west 3 to 5. So it's not just a giant clump of snow for everybody. It'll taper a little bit more along the lake.
And yeah, it'll be varied. We'll check in with Brian Niznansky coming up in about 15 minutes.
You may notice this the next time you head to the grocery store. Signs that say, hey, hold off, you can't buy that many eggs. Bird flu, of course, causing an issue with the eggs. So now there are egg shortages, and now grocery stores are telling you can only buy one set.
Trader Joe's saying in a statement, we are currently limiting egg purchases to 1 dozen per customer per day. Costco is also setting purchase limits. Eggs are now so valuable, they have become a target for thieves. All of it because bird flu has impacted tens of millions of farm chickens, sending egg prices up 65% in the last year.
Yeah, what these grocery stores don't want is toilet paper all over again. We don't need to do that again where everyone is on a run for these things and just trying to get nonstop. You can go and get another one the next day if you need another set of dozen. But the prices, of course, is the bigger issue. And this is, of course, because of bird flu, which is causing the shortages as some facilities depopulate their flock because of the infection. Meanwhile,
happening today.
We do expect some information later today on this very matter, right?
Yeah, the State Department of Natural Resources kind of trying to get ahead of this here and start providing updates on data for bird flu specifically in Wisconsin. We're talking numbers, we're talking where it's being found. Of course, we had the story, I believe it was last week, dead ducks starting to wash up on the Lake Michigan shore. So trying to get ahead of this, and we're also trying to learn more about what makes this unique, because we've talked about bird flu before, not a new story. And recall, I spoke with DNR Wildlife Supervisor Jasmine Batten last week, and I asked her straight up, what makes this different than flu outbreaks of the past?
This outbreak that's been going on for the last couple of years is unique in the variety of species that it's impacting. The other kind of unique thing about this outbreak this round is that there are a number of wild mammal species that have been impacted as well.
And that's what I would be interested in, because we've heard of cases where humans have picked this up. Now, mostly it's been waterfowl workers or those in the poultry industry handling these chickens. But as we look down the line here, duck hunting's going to be a thing again. It's a very big deal in Wisconsin, and you got to pick up the ducks somehow. So this could become a wider issue, and the DNR again trying to get ahead of it today.
7:14, we have sports in 1 minute.
It's really been amazing, the amount of people that I've had contact me, and the talk is generally centered around QC Kinetics, and whether it's a knee, whether it's a back, a hip, shoulder.
He's always happy to talk about how QC Kinetics all-natural regenerative treatments finally gave him relief without surgery. That's former pro football player Bobby Carpenter.
My message to them is do not wait and push off a week, a month, whatever it is. So if you want to feel better this summer, now would be the time to get in. If you want to feel better in the fall, make sure that you're getting in here so you can go out and play golf and do the things that you love and enjoy.
Spoken by a man who experienced relief firsthand. QC Kinetics gave this former pro athlete back his mobility, his activity, and they'll do the same for you.
Has really helped me in just my general quality of life.
Don't wait. Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation today. QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Sometimes one highlight can basically tell you the story of the game. Are you ready? From Dave Kane, Bucks and Warriors Fiserv Forum.
Dame's going to step in and uncork a beauty. Top of the arc three for Dame. He's got 36, but we said it about midway through this game. It couldn't be just Lillard tonight. Someone else was going to have to step up in the second half. That someone has not stepped up yet.
Yep. That
didn't happen.
Pretty much it. Giannis out until after the All-Star break, so Damian Lillard carrying the load. He dropped 38, but it just wasn't enough as the Bucks fall to the Golden State Warriors, 125-111 at Fiserv. Steph Curry also had 38. New Buck Kyle Kuzma had 21. Jimmy Butler, Marquette Golden Eagle, had 20 for the Warriors. So the Bucks now 28-25. They got one more game before the All-Star break. They got the T-Wolves tomorrow night. For Dame, hopefully a successful yet restful weekend, says Coach Doc Rivers.
I hope he wins the three-point contest. I hope he plays 2 minutes in the All-Star game and then gets rest. My guess is Dame will be almost the, what is it when you're the lead of the parade? What do they call you? The Grand Marshal? Is that what it is? What did you call it?
I said the MC.
What is that?
It's like the person who runs the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not going with that one.
Anyway, the reason he's saying all that is because Dame's going home. The game's in Oakland. That's where he's from. So that's why he was saying, yeah, he might be leading that parade. We'll see. Bucks and Wolves, though, tomorrow night right here on WTMJ. Meanwhile, Marquette and DePaul, they got Fiserv Forum tonight. You can hear that game on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee.
Starting to ramp up towards the start of spring training. First broadcast here on WTMJ coming up in just about a week and a half on the 22nd. Meanwhile, pitchers and catchers set to report to Maryvale and Phoenix tomorrow. And Brewers, when they arrive, if you're heading down, snowbirding in Arizona, checking out some action, you'll also notice some new uniforms. They're not only going to feature the Bob Uecker patch we first brought to you yesterday, they'll also have notable updates the keen eye in the stands might catch. The old is new again, you might say. Recall last spring, the league debuted the Nike Vapor Premiers, which were almost universally lambasted to the point where they have their own Wikipedia page now. We're turning back the clock to pre-2024, which means larger letters. So if you look at the text on the back of some players they've been reporting this week, have been doing before and after comparisons where look at my lettering on the back last year, and now it's back to normal. I mean, those letters were really small.
Yeah, everything would just look cheaper.
Not to mention, they also wicked sweat really bad.
Yeah.
It almost looked like some of these players did a session in a dunk tank and then went out and played a baseball game. Nike, though, they're locked in to be the uniform partner for the league for a while, halfway through a $1 billion deal. So good to see that they are at least recognizing a change.
Agreed.
But keep an eye out for that if you head out to spring training this year.
All right, we'll get you a timeline on the snow tomorrow. Plus, Debbie's got a situation on the roads as well. We'll do it next.
Hey Bucks fans, it's Justin Garcia from the Bucks Radio Network, here to tell you about the launch of the Bucks Central podcast feed. Everything Bucks, on demand, in one spot. From sideline to sideline, hear all the ankle-breaking, rim-rattling, and twine-tingling highlights, exclusive interviews, and more. Subscribe to the Bucks Central podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts. All the Bucks content your heart desires in one spot. Check out the Bucks Central podcast feed.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here for Tri-County Contracting. So when you look at the forecast and you see 5 to 7 inches tomorrow along the lakefront, you think about, okay, is the roof going to be able to handle that? If you have peace of mind like me, you got no worries at all. I had the worry-free roof tune-up from Tri-County Contracting, so I know if there's snow sitting up there for a bit, it's not going to be an issue. It's going to be fine because I know the roof is good to go. Thanks to Tri-County Contracting and its worry-free roof tune-up. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, WTMJ's John Work here for Landworks. Take a look outside and imagine the yard of your dreams. What do you see out there? Thriving plant life, immaculately edged beds, beautiful, healthy blooms. I got this at my place. It's thanks to Landworks. Take the guesswork out of your green space with landscape services from a good local company, Landworks. Their personalized landscaping plans are carefully designed to make your property shine throughout the season. Plan it now. Now's the time to contact Landworks today, the teams I trust in my yard. LandworksWisconsin.com.
7:21. All right, Debbie Laziga. Looks like we got ourselves a bit of an issue.
Yeah, a little bit of an issue. We got the right lane blocked on westbound 94 right about at 20th Street. It's a bit of a mess. It's a car that is basically up on the grass with the front end crunched up. The back end of another car is in traffic in the right lane. So just be prepared for some big delays coming out of the Marquette with that. On the eastbound side, we got our typical delays coming out of the Highway F area towards Springdale, and then from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange to about 25th Street, with folks slowing down to take a look at what happened on the other side of the wall. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
May take a minute, too, to clear that scene, so unfortunately that'll be slow here for the rest of the duration, likely during the morning rush. 7:22 as for your weather today. Just your typical winter day, a high of 22 with some flurries at times. Tonight, a low of 17. Tomorrow, that's the day to pay attention to. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Nisnansky joins us on Wisconsin's Morning News. Brian, here we go.
Yeah, this one looks really good. Obviously there's still a window for changes, but I think much of southeastern Wisconsin in for a pretty good snowfall on Wednesday. And if you do have kids that go to school, this is pretty close to being on the edge of where you got to get your backup plan going.
So what's our timeline on this?
Yep. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the tough call for some of the area schools because I do think we're in line for enough snow that the Weather Service, I don't want to get out ahead of them,
Sure.
but just knowing what their thresholds are, I think we're getting to a point where they're probably going to go winter storm warning for much of southeastern Wisconsin, including Milwaukee. Far northwest spots, probably not. And a lot of schools base their decision on that decision alone, winter storm warning. However, I think tomorrow morning's commute is most likely going to be fine. The snow moves in like 9-ish, I would say, for most of southeastern Wisconsin. Now, the problem with that is the way home could be terrible.
Right.
So I don't know what schools do early releases still, or if that's even an option still on the table. I don't know if that's the greatest option tomorrow, because literally it's going to start. I mean, I guess maybe it'll be better if you let them out at noon, but it'll still be snowing by then and getting slippery.
So, Niz, this is going to be a situation where the lakefront communities largely get the brunt of this. There seems to be a pretty clear cutoff. That's why the winter storm watch doesn't extend super far north and west. It's going to be interesting, though, for shovelers also the type of snow. Could there be a cutoff where it's going to be light and fluffy versus thick and wet?
I think everybody's in for like kind of a standard snow, not like big concrete, really heavy stuff, but also not like the really fluffy stuff that you can almost blow with your leaf blower. Temperatures are going to be well below freezing, even near lakeside. So you're not looking at, that snow that's kind of melting as it comes, and it's just that really heavy, rock hard concrete stuff. However, this is a panhandle hook type storm. In the upper levels, there's a lot of moisture with this. There's enough warmth up above too that it'll have some consistency to it, maybe a 10-to-1 ratio or 12-to-1 ratio, which is pretty average for snowfall.
So you said starting around 9-ish. How long and how much?
I would say most of the area in line for 5 to 8 inches of snow. But I'm waiting for one of the main computer models, the GFS, to come back on board to bring the heavy snow in. Once we get like 100% agreement of the models, I could see those numbers going up. And I could also see the numbers going up with a little bit more lake enhancement right along the lake shore. So for now, 5 to 8, but you'll notice on our map with a TMJ4, we have a little plus sign after the 8. That's hedging our bet because the trend is
fair enough. The
trend is still, that's just to signify the trend still could go up, especially lakeside. So if you said, give me a number for Milwaukee, I'll go 8. I'll go 8 for Milwaukee.
That would be one of the higher totals we've had this winter. Also, not to get too far ahead of it, Niz, but this is not the only possible snowmaker over the next 5 days or so. Still a little too far out to see what's going on Saturday?
Yeah, I feel pretty good that we're getting snow Saturday. Yeah, and I feel good that it's enough snow that's going to be another impactful snowfall. Will it be as much as this time? We'll wait and see, but there's pretty good feeling that we're in for some shoveling again on Saturday. Oof. So let's get through this one, and that one comes in actually like Friday night into Saturday. So if you have like Saturday morning basketball game or something like that, it's going to be probably a rough go at it Saturday morning.
He'll be all over it. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnetsky. Hey, before we let you go, how you feel about that Super Bowl? You like it?
Oh. The game itself was terrible. I mean, and I know there's Eagles fans who would disagree.
Sure,
but,
of course.
When you don't have a stake in the game, you kind of want a game that keeps you on the edge of your seat, like,
right?
At least until halftime. So that was good. I like rap. Like I'm been a rap music.
Yeah.
You're with
it since a little kid, man. Hiding CDs under my bed, that I shouldn't have and stuff like that. So like, I just can't, like, to me, I don't know if it's the performance or whatever. It's not my genre of rap, Kendrick Lamar.
Interesting. He's super hot,
like
man. My kid absolutely adores him.
Yeah, and that's cool if you do. Like, I know he flows. I know he's got some really good lyrics and stuff. It was hard for me to hear it, and I know that's kind of the setup. With a big, huge stadium like that. Because I do like a couple of his songs, over the, listening on your headphones and stuff. So it's a little different. But yeah, commercials were, a good spread. I didn't think there was any big shock and all. The Seal one was out there. That was,
I love the seal one.
It was entertaining. We had fun. We went over to some friends here right in town, and
Nice.
families running around and stuff. So it was good.
All right, buddy. I know you got a busy week. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
728 News About Your Money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. All futures are down in the red at the moment. The Dow, the NASDAQ, the S&P, all down 1 hour from the bell. Financial planning at every level. AnnexWealth.com.
Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, a weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market, how it affects Wisconsin businesses, and all of us who live here. Sponsored by the original knowledge broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, last few months we have had a lot of newsworthy insurance-related events, regular stream of things that remind us of the importance of properly designed insurance programs. So give us your perspective from where you sit.
Sure, Vince. Thanks. Great to be here. It really has been a tough finish to 2024 and a very difficult start in 2025. A school violence event in Madison in December, a terrorism event in New Orleans on New Year's Day, the California wildfires, just a massive event for the residents and certain insurance companies. There have been some employment matters in the news here recently as well. Lastly, a cyber data breach impacting over 60 million students and teachers.
So, Jeff, for folks listening right now, what should their primary takeaway be from all this?
Vince, quite simply, a properly designed insurance program has never been more relevant, more important than today. If you're not getting good guidance and options from your insurance provider, or you're buying online, you're jeopardizing your assets, your business, maybe your future.
Okay, so families, businesses, why should they work with R&R Insurance?
We deliver thought leadership around asset protection. It's what we do best. We inform you of where the opportunities are in today's market. We work with you to best position your account, your company for review by an underwriter, and R&R can get multiple companies competing for your account. It'll cost you nothing to sit down and talk with R&R Insurance. If you're looking for a better insurance buying experience, we'd love to speak with you. At R&R Insurance, we know business insurance.
Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff. And you can get started online right now. Find out more at myknowledgebroker.com.
7:30, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, February 11th. Our top story, one dead in a late-night car fire.
I'm Adam Roberts, tracking another round of snow.
I'm Debbie Loziga. A bit of a mess out there westbound on 94, right about at 20th Street. We have an accident that is blocking the right lane. So that is unfortunately making for backups all the way through the Marquette, pretty much in all directions. And to add to that, we do have another accident southbound 43, right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. This one's off of the right shoulder at least, but the delays are going to be pretty hefty through there. On eastbound 94, watch for delays from the Zoo interchange all the way to the 25th Street area as folks slow down to take a peek at what's going on the other side of the wall. And then on southbound 41, backing up from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Flurries today, cloudy, some sun later on, a high of 22. Tonight, more clouds, a low of 17. Pay attention to the forecast for tomorrow. Snow expected to move in around 9 a.m. We could get ourselves a winter storm warning. At the moment, we have a watch. We could see 5 to 7 inches start to fall midday and into the afternoon and evening. 3 to 5 inches expected to the north and to the west tomorrow. At 7:32, it's 16 degrees.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. President Trump meets today with the King of Jordan one day after he threatened to halt aid to Jordan if it did not agree to his Gaza rebuilding plan. Closer to home, the president's clash with the judicial branch is escalating, says ABC's Rachel Scott.
For the first time in his second term, a federal judge finding his administration violated an order to fully lift its freeze on federal funding, calling the pause likely unconstitutional and adding that it continues to cause irreparable harm to a vast portion of this country. But the Trump administration pressing forward with their plans to shrink the size of the federal government.
Pope Francis, in a letter to bishops of the United States, did not mention the president by name, but said the administration's mass deportation plan will, quote, end badly. Vice President J.D. Vance, on his first foreign trip in office at an AI summit in Paris, criticized excessive AI regulation, saying it would hamper the technology. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 7:33.
A deadly car fire on Milwaukee's northwest side. Police were called to 26 and Locust around 9:30 Monday night. Firefighters found a person dead inside the vehicle after they put the fire out. As of now, no word on that situation or the cause of that car fire.
A plea from the family of a missing and pregnant teenager to return home. The family of 16-year-old Sophia Franklin of Beaver Dam, the missing teen who triggered a statewide Amber Alert last week Monday, says her absence has been, quote, a torment, but that they aren't going anywhere. Franklin has been missing since February 3rd, believed to be with 40-year-old Gary Day of Arkansas, who's the father of Franklin's unborn child. An Amber Alert remains in effect this morning in both Wisconsin and in Arkansas.
As it goes through the court system, the buyout for federal workers in Wisconsin, there are about 18,000 federal workers, most of whom work for the Department of Veterans Affairs, the VA. MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy tells Wisconsin's Midday News the issue is not about guaranteeing their payout.
They would be on the payroll anyways, would have the budget to do that. So I would assume the money's there, but I individually, yes, would be very careful about reading the fine print before I decided to pull the pin on a job like that.
It's unclear right now how many Wisconsin federal employees have considered taking the buyout.
Some law enforcement agencies adding AI to their body camera process, with footage getting uploaded into a cloud storage system. AI then transcribes the audio. Some agencies have found it save costs and time, but a body camera can't capture everything. Retired Waukesha County Sheriff's Detective Steve Peterson.
A larger situation with many victims or many suspects. For example, something occurring near Summerfest, a bar fight, something on Water Street where they're responding to an incident where now this body cam is capturing 4, 5, 6 different voices. How is it deciphering who is whom?
Peterson also tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News storage for body camera data could become an increasing cost.
Heads up, reminder to keep an eye on the forecast for tomorrow. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Nazansky tells us the timing for that snowfall.
Tomorrow morning's commute is most likely going to be fine. The snow moves in like 9-ish, I would say, for most of southeastern Wisconsin. Now, the problem with that is the way home could be terrible.
The complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in 5 minutes.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 7:35.
Traffic sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, got too much luggage lying around? Make it art.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
$1 doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements, we put them on for you. Buy one or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin. Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin, the buck stops here, the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Associated Bank knows your small business isn't just a venture. It's your dream and a vital part of the community. And we're not just a bank. We're your neighbors. We're looking out for you. That's why Associated Bank offers quick online applications and approvals with funding in as fast as 1 business day, checking with no minimum balances or maintenance fees, and prompt customer service. Explore our products at associatedbank.com/business or visit a branch for more details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
When you've been seriously injured, you'll need a team with knowledge and experience to get the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Amazon Business offers smart business buying solutions, so you can spend more time growing your business and less time doing the admin. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:38.
You need more than Dame. That story at 7:45.
Denver International Airport is noted for a lot of things, including is it or is it not haunted. However, their latest art installation is borrowing from a common travel item.
If you're flying through Denver International Airport, take some time to view the latest art installation, a colorful sculpture using a universal travel staple known around the world, luggage. The art exhibit is titled It's Not What You Take, It's What You Bring Back, and features 183 pieces of upcycled luggage painted in bright primary colors hung from the ceiling. The artist, Thomas Evans, known as Detour, specializes in large-scale public art. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
This is where all my missing luggage has been going, to promoting and getting ready for this giant art display.
They should check just to see.
I've been to Denver Airport multiple times. Thankfully, have not lost luggage there.
7:39, big day today for the local district. This portion of the show is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffels is celebrating the opening of its Orland Park furniture and mattress showroom with its biggest President's Day sale yet. Now through President's Day, take an extra $100 off every $1,799 you spend and get a $100 MasterCard for every $1,799. See store for details. Or take advantage of Steinhoffels' 36-month 0% financing when you spend $1,799. It's Steinhoffels' biggest President's Day sale ever. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car's not one of them. That national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adamm.com.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Excel Custom Contracts and Siding Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact NX Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at nxwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
7:41. How's that situation there at 94, Debbie?
Not great. This accident here on westbound 94 at about 20th Street is still got that right lane blocked, and it's totally blocking things back through the Marquette in all directions. So you're seeing northbound to westbound straight through, southbound to westbound, all those areas going to be all messed up. Southbound 43 also has its own accident right about at Fond du Lac Avenue. The right lane is blocked with that now, so we've got delays stretching all the way back past Hampton. Eastbound 94 going to be riding the brakes out of the Zoo interchange all the way to the accident scene at 20th Street. And then just general delays northbound on 4394 coming out of the Mitchell interchange around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. A few flurries and light snow showers early on this morning, then mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of afternoon sunshine with high temperatures in the lower 20s. Tonight, increasing clouds, low temperatures in the teens. Wednesday, we'll see snow arrive from the west through the mid to late morning hours, picking up in intensity in the afternoon and evening. When it's all said and done Wednesday night, we'll see the heaviest totals closer towards the lakefront, 5 to 8 inches of snow. Lower totals as you head further off to the northwest. Thursday, partly cloudy and cold, high temperatures in the upper teens. Increasing clouds on Friday and some snow possible late Friday into Friday night with temperatures in the 20s. Any snow will wrap up Saturday morning with high temperatures near 30. I'm meteorologist Tyler Moore, the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
It's a chilly 15 degrees right now. Could today be the day? Could it be a big day for MPS?
Happening today.
Yeah, so potentially for the Milwaukee Public School District, the school board's going to hold a special meeting today to discuss its 3 superintendent finalists. So you may recall late last week, these candidates were in town for 2 days. None of them are from here, so they're all in. They're all from the East Coast. They're in town. There's a meet and greet. There's panels, some public hearing and conversation. So the board had said that a decision on a new superintendent would come either later this month or early next. Today could just be the start of the conversation, but who knows? It's always possible that something moves quickly and then they pull the trigger on a candidate. It would be interesting if it did happen today, though, given there's other MPS news.
Right. We've been following this story since it broke last week over at Golda Meir Elementary, just north of us here downtown, where lead levels have been reported to be over 14 times the federal safety threshold. This was found in dust on windowsills, some lead paint in that dust, and also on floors throughout the school. Also, Kegel Dual Language Elementary had unacceptable levels of lead there. And today, we're expected to get a risk assessment report from the health department, which said last week, hey, MPS, you got to change the way you handle this because this seems to be a recurring issue. Every few years, it feels like lead paint in MPS schools comes back up. And these are old buildings, too, which means this shouldn't be a surprise. But when you hear 14 times the federal safety threshold, it kind of strikes your, how did this accumulate for so long? So expecting to hear more on that today. And yeah, the timing with the MPS meeting later this evening is intriguing at least.
7:44, we got sports in 60 seconds.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk.
Fresh off of scoring 43 against the Sixers, Damian Lillard drops 38 against the Warriors at Fiserv Forum, but it was not enough. The Bucks fall to Steph Curry and Oakland 125-111 at Fiserv Forum. Curry also had 38. No Giannis. He's sitting out until after the All-Star break with that strained calf. So we did have new Bucks forward Kyle Kuzma playing again. He had 21 points. He was traded in the Middleton deal from Washington. Also saw Kevin Porter Jr. for the first time. He had 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 turnovers. Did play some good defense, though, in his 10 minutes of action.
3 games removed from the NBA trade deadline, Bucks head coach Doc Rivers has his work cut out for him trying new lineups.
So what does that adjustment look like for you when planning out minutes when you get new guys coming in with fresh skill sets?
It's easy with one guy. I just wanted JPJ to play. What I did like defensively, you can see he can be really good for us. We have guys here that we like. So we have to find out in these next 30 games what our rotations will be. So it's important.
At Fiserv Forum, Dylan Hunter-Carter, WTMJ Sports.
One more game before the All-Star break. It's tomorrow night in Minnesota. Marquette and DePaul college basketball tonight at Fiserv Forum. You can hear that game on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. And, of course, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel has some details now about the first round of the NCAA basketball tournament coming to Fiserv this year again. So Fiserv will host the first round games and the second round games. So Friday, March 21st and Sunday, March 23rd.
Getting excited for the big dance again. Hey, just got some numbers in from Fox Sports. So Super Bowl 59 now a couple of days in the rearview mirror. And we've got some numbers in about how many people's eyes were on the screen. Not all eyes, of course, but a lot of them. Into the tune of about 126 million at any point during the game, which would be a record average audience for Fox. They said during the second quarter, which we noted that after that point, things just kind of off the rails.
There's no way that many were watching the end of that game.
The audience peaking, though, in that second quarter, around 135 million people watching the Super Bowl. So those numbers just in this morning.
7:48. Will 8 follow 4? Tausch is next. Hey, WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast. We update it every day with every interview, every segment, every bit we do on the show.
Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
Oh, my God.
The Soties.
Thanks for the pretzel, Coach.
No Corona! All right, maybe we do some bits.
Be sure you subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News Podcast, presented by Tri-County Contracting.
The next time they ask you what size tires you need, just go to richlawns.com.
That's Richlawn spelled with 2 N's.
No more trying to read that tiny writing on the side of your old tires or on the inside of your car door.
Just go to richlawns.com, click on the year button, then the make and model of your vehicle, and
the exact tire size you need.
In a multitude of brands and styles.
Yet all specific to your vehicle, because at Richlawns, there isn't a tire on the planet we can't get.
And every tire we install automatically comes with free flat tire repair, which means you're 100% covered, no questions asked.
The next time you're due for tire service, visit richlawns.com.
Because free flat tire repair automatically comes with every tire we install.
I'm Brett Matchke with Richlawns. You're due for service.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
7:50. All right, Debbie Laziga. Looks like work is now underway to remove those vehicles.
Yeah, they are in the process of getting stuff taken care of. Unfortunately, westbound 94, we've got this accident at 20th Street that is really causing some issues. That right lane is blocked, and that's backing things up into the Marquette. Now, what I didn't notice before is that eastbound, right about at the same spot, we've got an accident off on the right shoulder. So that's adding to those delays coming in from the zoo interchange to that point. Now, because of this accident, everything is backing up through the Marquette. So southbound 43, slowing from Silver Spring, solid all the way down into the Marquette. There's also an accident at Fond du Lac Avenue off on the right. Looks like the right lane is blocked with this, so watch out for that. We do have delays on eastbound 894, starting about at Greenfield Avenue, at 84th Street all the way through to Loomis, and then on continuing on through the Mitchell interchange, going to be slow around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Your forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Mostly cloudy this morning. We'll get some afternoon sun today, a high of 22. And clouds are back on the increase tonight ahead of a snowmaker we're tracking for tomorrow. Chief Meteorologist at Storm Team 4, Brian Niznansky, saying higher amounts closer to the lake. Right now, estimated about 7, maybe more amounts, especially in Milwaukee and points along the shore. Winter storm watch taking effect for much of southeast Wisconsin starting at noon tomorrow and running through early Thursday. Then cooling off for your Thursday. Next chance of snow coming on Friday night into Saturday. Right now, clouds and 14 in Milwaukee at 7:51.
Idea Man.
I call it nut whack. Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Innovator.
Yeah, it's not a great acronym, but I've enjoyed it because it's fun to kind of say.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
But it was too long. So I thought, let's acronym this bad boy up. And it turns out by acronyming it, you actually end up lengthening the explanation, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
All right, Mark Tauscher. So we knew he'd be back in the news. We knew that this would be a conversation. Likely, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are reportedly done. That means he's got to find a new team if he is interested, of course, in playing again. We don't know that quite yet, but if he finds a new team, where do you think he ends up?
Ooh. Yeah, there's a couple of things there. Obviously, the report was from Jay Glazer that he flew back to New York, and the Jets said, appreciate your service. It's time to move along. I would think that you would have to, for Aaron to come back, I don't think it's going to be to come back to some team that was, going to be a top 5 team NFL, draft pick wise. It would be a team that he feels like he could help get over the hump. And most of these teams that are in that position have a quarterback that they feel good about. And it just sounds crazy. So I think, and I looked this up before we jumped on, Pittsburgh is the odds-on favorite. They obviously had Russell Wilson last year. They had Justin Fields. So there, but I think there's some other sneaky ones. Is Las Vegas a Super Bowl contender? And I think the thing you have to keep in mind, especially if you're Aaron here, is that nobody thought Washington last year with the 2nd overall pick was going to be a title contender, and they made it to the NFC Championship game. So I think if Aaron has his mindset that he wants to play, which I don't think we know that yet, I think whatever opportunity comes, he feels like he could be that piece to help them get a lot better and position themselves. But if I was betting right now, I would think just looking at the big picture, Pittsburgh was a playoff team, good defense, has some things that if you have a quarterback that you feel like can really just manage a game in a big way, I would think that would be a spot, and he obviously has a lot of respect for what Mike Tomlin has done up there in Pittsburgh.
But how much of this, Tausch, has to be just kind of a reality check? Because, Aaron's 41 years old. This is a league predicated on guys under center who can then move out quickly in the pocket.
Doesn't have the legs he used to have.
Bust forward. So how much does that have to play a role here, is just kind of looking around and kind of reading the room a bit, if you will?
I think it's a really hard thing for all NFL players to eventually come to that term, and I think especially someone as decorated as what Aaron's career has been. And I don't know if that's going to be a part of the motivation, because in the past this would have been how much do we have to give up and how much money is it going to cost to get Aaron Rodgers, and now I think Aaron will have to look at it and say, is this a situation that I really want to be in? And you're not going to make – I don't think there's going to be a team out there that's going to say, we need to open up the vault to get Aaron Rodgers. This is going to be more of a, all right, we'll bring Aaron in. It's going to be a one-year thing. It's going to be the money will be good, but it's not going to be anywhere near what he's made in the past. So it's going to definitely be a reality check if and when he decides. And that's where the decision comes, right? Everything has to be lined up. It can't just be, I really want to play. There's all of these underlying circumstances that come into play that Aaron and the team that would want to bring him in would have to come to an agreement on. So it's the NFL is a humbling business for everybody. Usually the big stars don't have to deal with that. Even Tom Brady, I think, was humbled when he became a free agent, and there wasn't 20 teams chasing to get him. There was 2 or 3. So even the greatest players of all time get humbled in this business.
But we all know a crusty Aaron Rodgers is the best Aaron Rodgers, right? And Aaron Jones, now of the Minnesota Vikings, tells TMZ Sports he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He's going to go out and show that you guys made the wrong decision, that I got a lot of ball left, and we're going to be good. That's comments from Aaron Jones. There's no way he ends up in Minnesota, though, right?
I would say there's you never say never with anything. I would have never guessed that Luka Doncic would be playing with the Lakers with LeBron James on the team. So you never know in sports. But as far as the chip on the shoulder goes, I think Aaron had a monster chip on his shoulder this year. And coming back from an Achilles, and people doubting him. And stat-wise, he had a good season, but the team did not. So Aaron has always found a way to kind of find that motivation, but it's a lot easier to have that motivation as a 31-year-old compared to a 41-year-old. But you lose a lot of money betting big against Aaron Rodgers, that's for sure.
Yep. All right, we'll see. We'll see where he ends up. Thank you, sir.
We will.
Mark, Heart of a Champion Tauscher, sponsored by Kohler Services and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
3 buyers acquired 23 Pizza Hut locations in Wisconsin. The buyers paid more than $2 million in total for the restaurants, which were auctioned after current owner EYM Pizza filed for bankruptcy in 2024. The Green Bay Packers ranked 12th in the NFL for sponsorship deals with 114 this season. Packers quarterback Jordan Love has the most endorsement deals on the team with 11. 2 of 15 planned townhouse-style downtown Milwaukee condos hit the market. The 2 units are priced pre-sale for $935,000 and $1.1 million, which represent the lowest and highest-priced units in the development. I'm Logan Hansen from MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on 620 WTMJ.
911, what's your emergency?
My kitchen is killing me. My kitchen, it's awful. I'm literally dying. I hate it so much.
It's okay, ma'am. I have NARI officers en route. They will transport you directly to the NARI Home Show to find a remodeler.
NARI?
Yes, N-A-R-I. NARI members are the best in the industry. They will save you.
Hire a pro, not a con. See us at the Home Show, February 14th through 16th at State Fair Park. Tickets at NARIMilwaukee.org.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Are you sick of not being your bank's top priority? We are too. At Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. We're proud to be your one true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. That's right in your backyard. Whether you're opening your first account, buying a home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have tailored solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank at Wintrust.com. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Trusted, relevant, locally owned, locally programmed. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
8 o'clock, I'm Erik Bilstad. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, February 11th. Our top story, pleading for their daughter to come home.
I'm Adam Roberts. Will Wisconsin workers take the buyouts?
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and they cleared up that accident on westbound 94 at 20th Street, so everything's moving a little bit better through there. Eastbound is working itself out. That earlier accident at 20th as well on that side of the road has been cleared. We're still working on this one on 43 southbound of the ramp from Fond du Lac Avenue. The right lane is still blocked with that one. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Flurries today, cloudy with some sun popping up later today, a high of 22. Tonight, more clouds and a low of 17. Tomorrow, snow is likely 5 to 7 inches starting around midday from the lakefront down, Port Washington to the south. Right now at 8:01, it's a chilly 14 degrees, the wind chill around 2 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the parents of a missing and pregnant teenager are begging her to come home. This is an update to an Amber Alert out of Beaver Dam we've been telling you about. In a statement, the family of Sophia Franklin, the 16-year-old who's been missing for more than a week now, they say her absence has been a torment, but they're not going anywhere and asking for her to come home. Franklin's been missing since February 3rd. They believe her to be with Gary Day, a man from Arkansas. He's 40 years old, and he is the father of Franklin's unborn child. Now, he faces charges of child abduction and child enticement. This Amber Alert's been in effect for Franklin in both Wisconsin and in Arkansas. At one point, they believed that the two were headed back home to Arkansas, where Day lives. To see photos and descriptions, we have it all online. Just text the word Amber to the WTMJ Siding Unlimited talk and text line 855-616-1620.
We're expecting to hear later today more information about lead findings at Milwaukee Public Schools.
The Milwaukee Health Department found excessive lead levels in dust and paint at Golda Meir and Albert Kegel Dual Language School last week, after 2 MPS students tested positive for lead poisoning last month. MHD is releasing a lead risk assessment with more details for Golda Meir Lower Campus to the public today. Both schools have remained open, but the health department has directed MPS to, quote, fully adhere to MHD's directives on lead hazard cleaning, remediation, and abatement, end quote. Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Bed bugs, no heat, no power, now potentially no money. The Housing Authority of the City of Milwaukee could be headed towards bankruptcy. That's because audits show unreconciled cash balances of nearly $3 million every year since 2019. Now, TMJ4 News investigative reporter Jenna Ray tells Tori Lowe on 1017 The Truth how an internal Hockham email they obtained explains it.
For years, no one could figure out where that money went until we obtained that email. And it was the same amount of money that was unreconciled previously that the CFO had found in about 2 months of where this money had gone, and it had gone to pay employees instead of going to Section 8 housing vouchers.
The Housing Authority has not completed audits for 2023 or 24.
The President Trump administration getting pushback against its efforts to greatly shrink the size of the federal government, both in the courts and the streets. ABC's Rachel Scott.
The president eager to move ahead with his mass buyout offer to some 2 million federal workers to either resign now with pay until September or run the risk of being fired.
I got elected on making government better, more efficient, and smaller.
A federal judge putting it on hold yet again, prompting confusion and uncertainty for many. April Goggins works for the Department of Health and Human Services.
You're not going to bully me out of a job.
The administration says they have heard from at least 65,000 workers who are willing to resign.
In Wisconsin, there are about 18,000 federal workers that are eligible for the buyouts, most of whom work for the VA, the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, MMAC Senior Advisor Tim Sheehy tells Wisconsin's Midday News the issue isn't about guaranteeing their pay in a buyout.
They would be on the payroll anyways, would have the budget to do that. So I would assume the money's there, but I individually, yes, would be very careful about reading the fine print before I decided to pull the pin on a job like that.
As of now, it's unclear how many Wisconsin federal employees have considered taking the buyout.
Coming up, watching for another round of snow.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi, folks. This is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With colder weather in the forecast and no festivals to attend, our showroom is a year-round festival the whole family will enjoy. Read our reviews. Our store has it all, including the finest lighting and ceiling fans available, such as Visual Comfort, Hubbardton, Tech, and hundreds more at unbeatable prices. I guarantee it. If it's repairs or lampshades you need, we have all that too. There's also unique sports and historical items, neon lights, slot machines, and much more for sale. You'll find fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Saturday and located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue near Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
Outdoor Living Unlimited puts cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 8:06.
If you watched the Super Bowl Sunday night, you weren't the only one. There's about 126 million of you.
The lyric from Kendrick Lamar's halftime anthem was just what advertisers who had paid $8 million for a 30-second spot did not want to hear.
Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
But viewers didn't turn the TV off, and early numbers show a 2% increase in audience from Super Bowl 58. Helping to boost the stats is the fact that the game was available for free on the streaming service Tubi. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
With the big game in the rearview mirror, many people starting to get ready for baseball season, including the Brewers' famous Racing Sausages, who are hitting the road this week
for the first ever Frozen Sausage Tour.
Super Bowl's over, baseball season's starting, and we don't want to neglect our fans around the state, so it's kind of a fun little tour.
Brewers President and Chief Operating Officer Rick Schlesinger. The tour travels to Green Bay, Wausau, Eau Claire, La Crosse, and Madison.
It's a good way just to reconnect with our fans throughout the state.
The Brewers are also in the process of planning a celebration of life for the late Bob Uecker at a game later this summer.
We'll make an announcement probably in the next few weeks.
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
And Brewers pitchers and catchers set to report to Arizona Wednesday.
Hey, so heads up, we have a winter storm that's going to roll through on Wednesday. And the timing of this could be unique in the sense of how it's going to dictate folks' day. So southeast Wisconsin looking at 5 to 8 inches of snow tomorrow. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Ninsansky joined us earlier on Wisconsin's Morning News. He talked through the kind of snow we can expect.
Everybody's in for like kind of a standard snow. Temperatures are going to be well below freezing, even near lakeside. So you're not looking at that snow that's kind of melting as it comes, and it's just that really heavy rock hard concrete stuff. However, there's a lot of moisture with this. There's enough warmth up above too that it'll have some consistency.
So here's what makes this interesting. And by the way, Niz is not an alarmist by any means. That's not
furthest
his
thing from it.
Yes, absolutely. It's not his style. However, he did say, okay, so right now we're supposed to see a winter weather advisory / watch, a winter weather watch kick in around noon. He said the snow is supposed to maybe start coming in around 9 a.m. He said it's going to pick up. It could end up being a warning. It's not there yet, but it could meet the threshold to make it a warning at noon. He said basically the issue could be, what do you do with the schools? If it's coming down at a pretty good clip at 3:30 in the afternoon, it's dicey for tomorrow afternoon. What are schools going to do? So he did not suggest they should, but he did remind everyone that it's possible that a school could pull the chute and just skip the day, knowing that it'd be hard to get kids home after school.
It's also tricky, too, as we're watching this track. There's going to be a hard cutoff with lake effect as well. That's going to be another angle in this. So, depending on where you are, the whole thing might drop maybe 2-3 inches. Or if you're closer to the water, there's that 8+ on a lot of the weather maps, which leaves it open to interpretation. So big decisions will have to be made here in about the next 24 hours or so.
5 to 7 along the lakefront, maybe even more than 7 from Port Washington to the south, with lower totals, like you said, Adam, to the north and west, 3 to 5 inches there. So keep it here all day long and all day tomorrow morning as we keep an eye on this one. But just something to keep in the back of that as you're figuring out your day tomorrow, and whether or not you might have to work from home if you got kids stuck at home. We'll see. But that's not Niz's style. That's the reason I bring it up, is it's not his style to say, hey, they're going to close everything down. But he did say, hey, it's something to put in the back pocket and be remembered, at least for tomorrow morning. 8:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
What we've found is that when you have workers who feel valued, you get better results. This is why good people and good culture should matter to anyone looking for an exterior remodeling company they can trust. It's going to be your experience and the end result that gives you peace of mind, because you'll know your work was done by people who care. We realized early on that if we were going to change the reputation of this industry for the better, that finding good workers that you could trust to do great work was going to be the key. We're attracting good people every day because we take care of our people. We want to make sure they feel important, because they are. And we're going to make sure you feel important and valued too, with excellent customer service and high quality work. This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi!
Hey Milwaukee, it's Josh Albrecht here.
And I'm also Josh Albrecht. Join us every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. on 620 WTMJ for Joshin' Around Milwaukee.
We're diving into the best of what makes this city great. Local events, hidden gems, and of course, everything Milwaukee.
It's your inside look at what's happening around town. Places to visit, people to meet, and stories you won't want to miss.
Catch us every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. right here on 620 WTMJ and find extended episodes and content on visitmilwaukee.org. Let's get Joshin' Around.
Two Joshes are better than one.
8:11 here, Debbie. Let's do a check on that road. At least it looks like on 94 East, everything's all cleared up now. Full freeway speeds there.
Yeah, at least on the westbound side. On eastbound, we do still have delays from the Zoo interchange all the way to about 35th Street. So that's just your general delays there. We also have a broken down vehicle westbound 94 just west of the county line. That is off on the left shoulder, but it's enough to make for some delays back to Highway 100. Southbound on 43, backing up from Silver Spring, pretty much down to about Locust, back on the brakes from just south of North Avenue down past Fond du Lac Avenue, where there is an accident there as well. They're saying the right lane is blocked. Tow trucks on the scene to try and help out with that. And the northbound side of 4394 are backed up from before the Mitchell interchange all the way around the Plainfield curve up to Lincoln. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
So get ready for tomorrow. Quiet day today. Afternoon sun expected 22 year high, but clouds are going to start rolling in tonight. And then we're tracking around midday into about the lunch hour tomorrow for when snow will start to fall. Right now, if you're north and west of Milwaukee, lower amounts. Closer to the lake, you'll see maybe up to 7 inches, possibly locally higher spots from Port Washington all the way down to the state line. High of 27, then we cool back down for Thursday. Next snow chance arriving on Saturday. Right now, it's 15 and cloudy in Milwaukee at 8:13.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad.
And a good Tuesday morning to you. So Vince returns tomorrow. Vince Vitrano's been in Florida, but he is back on the radio tomorrow morning. I promise. Erik Bilstad along with Adam Roberts. Adam, thanks for filling in here in the studio.
You got it.
Debbie Lazaga, of course, is on your roads. Thanks to Tiff Pua for handling the news for us. And then, of course, Greg doing everything. Pancake is producing the big show, as always, doing a phenomenal job. We'll keep our eye on this weather situation. Again, not trying to overblow it, but it was just something that caught our ear from Niz when he joined us earlier saying, hey, heads up, it's possible that some school districts, I don't think it'd be all of them, but some school districts may have to consider how they're going to get kids home tomorrow if it's that strong of a storm around mid-afternoon. So something to be mindful of as we get closer to Wednesday, that's going to be a thing. So earlier this morning, Vice President J.D. Vance saying there's too much access, you can't do it, there has to be excessive regulation pulled back from artificial intelligence. You can't have too much.
Happening today on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Yeah, speaking to the Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris this morning, the VP says strict guidelines will hurt the development of AI.
We believe that excessive regulation of the AI sector could kill a transformative industry just as it's taking off.
A little bit more from the VP.
The AI future is not going to be won by hand-wringing about safety. It will be won by building, from reliable power plants to the manufacturing facilities that can produce the chips of the future.
And that was pretty much the theme and the idea from many of the leaders who were at this summit in Paris, which has been underway now for a couple of days. We spoke with CBS correspondent Olivia Rinaldi, who is in Paris. She was at the event today, and she talked a little bit about what the VP said and how this seems to be the overall theme. Don't let regulation get in the way.
The VP's comments are pretty much in line with what we've been hearing from officials on the ground at this artificial intelligence summit. French President Macron yesterday really stressed the importance of the AI race internationally, not only between the U.S. and China, but also getting Europe in the mix. And a lot of the conversation that's being had here, it's interesting. It's not about safety. It's not really about regulation. It's not about guidelines, but it's actually about opportunity. And it's about ways that these countries can really get ahead in developing artificial intelligence, but also using it for good, not only using it in certain aspects that we've been seeing on the internet, but for using it in healthcare, using it in climate change solutions, those sorts of things. That's what we've been hearing here. So when Vice President Vance spoke this morning and said that he is focused on AI opportunity for the U.S. and how that can blend with our partners in Europe, is very much in line with what we've been seeing for the last couple of days at this summit.
Yeah, it's just a good reminder there from Olivia, too, that she said the internet, what you see on the internet, the funny memes or whatever, that's not what AI is going to ultimately be known for. And they're basically trying to figure that out, whether it's healthcare or whatever. I guess the one thing to point out, it's how you're going to be able to make money with it.
Yeah, the bottom line is always cold, hard cash, and technology is no different. I did find it interesting. She mentioned when we brought up that Elon Musk, richest man in the world, is seemingly trying to get his fingers as far into AI as he possibly can. It's been reported here in America he's making a bid on OpenAI, one of the largest software intelligence companies doing AI in this country. And Olivia made a point to mention that it's a small world look at that this is a global issue and a global story going forward.
Yeah, here's what she said about that very question you asked her.
While it may seem in the U.S. hyper-focused on OpenAI and ChatGPT and Elon Musk and that takeover, on a world stage, everyone is promoting their own artificial intelligence companies, not only the U.S. companies.
So we should point out, though, so Musk is not there, or at least he wasn't there when the VP was speaking.
Right.
But he has mentioned in the past that AI can be dangerous.
There is some chance that above zero that AI will kill us all.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we've laughed at that ridiculous comment. To hear that out loud, it's just like, what in the world? But clearly that's a thing. And he has brought up the point that oversight is necessary. This is from a year and a half ago.
We should have some sort of regulatory oversight. So, for anything that is a danger to the public, if it's sort of aircraft, cars, food and drug and whatnot, we've got some regulatory oversight, like a referee, essentially, and making sure that companies don't cut corners. So I think that if one agrees that AI is a potential risk to the public, then there should be some regulatory body that oversees what companies are doing so that they don't cut corners and potentially do something very dangerous.
Right. So we brought that up to Olivia. You asked her that very question. Well, there clearly are people that are saying, hey, you have to have some kind of regulation. It can't just be free reign. Here's what she said.
And we did hear that from the vice president this morning. He issued caution to any hostile foreign adversaries that he said have, quote, weaponized AI software to rewrite history, surveil users, censor speech. He said, I want to be clear, the Trump administration will block such efforts, full stop. And he said they will safeguard American AI and chips and technologies from any theft and misuse. But you're right. A lot of this conversation is about opportunity and less about the guardrails surrounding artificial intelligence and how
it moves from there.
This seems, Eric, like a really seminal point in tech history because, think back about, 30 years ago, virtual reality was all the rage and everyone had their VR, very rudimentary headsets. And it was often said at the time that, okay, we don't know where this is going to go. What are the implications of this technology? And ultimately, VR, it's still around, but
sure, yeah.
You got your VR, Oculus headsets, whatever. This, I don't know what it is. It feels different. This feels like when you have global leaders coming from all around the world to talk about this particular topic of regulation, there are real consequences that have to be addressed. And you would hate to think of going back to this point when the topic of regulation is brought up and for it to be kind of just left as maybe let's pump the brakes on that, only to find out years later that maybe we should have actually been a little bit more forward thinking on this when we had the chance, because we know how fast AI moves as a tech.
Well, it's a Pandora's box too, that whole issue of like, okay, you're going to try to rein it in after the fact versus at least have some type of guideline.
Yeah.
But her point is well made, that it's about what can you do with it. It's about the good of it. It's not, when you hear that, you're like, oh, it's all, they're thinking nefariously. No, they're really not. They're thinking about, obviously they want to make money with it, but how you can do that and how that can be useful, whether it's healthcare, et cetera.
And we have seen real world positive implications of AI too. It's not all doom and gloom. We had the story in the news about AI being used to transcribe police body cam data, and there's pros and cons to that. But your point is well made that it is not just apocalypto, doomsday, everyone, I did say people were going to die. There's more to it than that.
Right. 8:21. So the roads were messy for a moment there, but things getting a little bit better now, right, Debbie?
For the most part, things are starting to ease up a little bit, but we do still have a couple of issues. Southbound on 43, we've got that accident. Actually, as I'm looking at the camera, it's gone. At Fond du Lac Avenue, that's where the right lane was blocked. So that's gone, but the delays are still kind of sticking around from Silver Spring pretty much all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue. We do have the left lane blocked with a broken down vehicle northbound 4394 at about Beecher. So watch out for that. Delays stretching all the way back into the Mitchell interchange. On eastbound 94, delays from just before 84th Street past the Stadium interchange. And then the other issue that we've got is a little bit of a backup northbound on 41 from about North Avenue up towards Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Steve Scafidi is your guide through the world of politics.
Milwaukee County District Attorney Kent Lovern joins us in studio.
Well, certainly at a community level, there's still a great concern about violent crime as it pertains to gun violence, certainly, and also what I view as violent crime, which includes the reckless driving. We have to have a strong response to those types of crime.
On the Political Power Hour.
Flesh out strong response for me.
When I say strong response, it means jail or prison, depending on the facts and circumstances of the case.
Weekday mornings from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down.
allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
If you're a woman looking to take control of your financial future, you are not alone. Women are leading the way in business and managing household finances, but challenges still exist. That's why Annex Wealth Management presents the Women in Wealth series every third Thursday. It'll empower you with knowledge and resources to succeed. Join us for collaborative discussions, community building, and learn about key areas of financial planning. Women in Wealth events are free every third Thursday. Sign up at annexwealth.com/events and bring a friend.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Heiser's Snowy Roads Sweetheart Prices Sales event is happening now. Remaining 2024 models are priced to go. Looking for a vehicle that can handle our wintry roads? Get yourself a reliable all-wheel drive that can handle anything winter throws at you. With heated seats to top safety features and our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes roadside assistance for life, our vehicles are built to keep you cozy with peace of mind, even when the roads get slick. But hurry, our 2024 models are almost gone. So visit Heiser.com today.
See dealer for complete details.
WTMJ's Home Improvement Showcase, sponsored by J&J Contractors for all your home renovation needs.
Lots of stories about all the sickness, all the yuck that people are dealing with, the flu, etc. So then there's this. It turns out, who's the person who's spreading it around the office? Who's the one getting everybody sick? Adam, it's you, it's me. It's all the dudes.
Uh-oh.
In the office. Debbie, you're keeping all of us healthy, apparently. It turns out it's the men who are spreading the germs around the office,
Way
that
to go,
according
guys.
to a study. CBS has this story. So researchers tracked 520 people to see who goes to work when they're sick and who stays home. They found that women don't go to work and sneeze all over everybody like us men do. So we are the ones causing the problem.
You're staring directly at me as you say that. Hey, I am the full disclosure. If I sneeze, I am the person that always is like, gotta be in my mouth, gotta be in my elbow, gotta be in my shirt, whatever I'm wearing.
Well, so the question would be, well, wait a minute. What about the job performance? Maybe there's a job that men generally do versus women, whether it's blue collar, white collar, anything like that. That has nothing to do with it. According to the study, it has nothing to do with the kind of job that men or women have for why or how they are not spreading the germs. But at least it appears that most of us getting sick, it's because of the other guys in the room. I swear, we're washing our hands too.
100%. Who is still not washing our hands in the year 2025?
Oh, right. That's good question. Hey, a couple of stories that we want to get to before we get to 9 o'clock and hand things over to the Political Power Hour. One of them, great story out of Brookfield from Greg Matzik. Or Greg all over this story. We'll tell that one coming up in the next 15 minutes or so. Plus, it's a big day today for MPS, perhaps. We'll dissect that as well. 8:27, we'll get you your headlines here in just a minute.
Hey, John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning. My reverse osmosis system in my house is fantastic. The water I drink, the water we feed the dogs, the water we cook with is crisp, clean, and clear thanks to Guthrie and Fry's RO system. It's the best in the business. It's affordable, it's effective, and you'll feel a lot better. It's all about the science. They know at Guthrie and Fry that better water makes a big difference. Southeast Wisconsin's #1 choice and my choice is Guthrie and Fry Water Conditioning.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. It starts as just a nuisance, a pain, if you will. Just kind of bugging you in the ankle or the knee. Maybe it's your hip. And you just kind of deal with it. You live with it. And then it kind of grows and grows. It becomes more debilitating. It's affecting your way of life, what you do, your behavior. And it's always just kind of been there now. You don't even remember when it started. That pain, that joint pain in your knees or your hips. I have good news for you. QC Kinetics can help with this. Come back to normal. Feel normal again. Groundbreaking treatments for arthritis pain. It's long-term relief, and you don't need surgery. You don't need knives. Don't need painkillers. You don't need downtime. QC Kinetics can help you with this joint pain that's always just kind of been there. Call 414-285-3474 and set yourself up an appointment. 414-285-3474. You're not committing to anything. You're just setting up to consult. Find out whether this works for you. There's 2 locations they have. They have one in Greenfield. They have another one in Mequon. Talk with QC Kinetics. Find their local clinicians and figure out if this works for you. Call QC Kinetics today, 414-285-3474.
Each year, more than 23,000 kids experience cardiac arrest, and 20% are infants. Every second counts, and CPR can triple the chance of survival. This Heart Month, the American Heart Association and WTMJ urge you to learn child and infant CPR. Be ready to save the lives of those you love. Hear helpful advice from Katie Connolly of the American Heart Association and Dr. Joy Lincoln of the Medical College of Wisconsin and Children's Hospital during Wisconsin's Midday News on February 14th. Learn more at heart.org.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradenton Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradenton Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian design recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want, and in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases, and it's free. Stop in today and save now during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Siding Unlimited, named the best window installers, not just here, but in the whole USA. Get the best. Siding Unlimited, 5-time winner as America's best window installer. For windows you call Siding Unlimited first and directly. SidingUnlimited.com.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The American Bar Association, the nation's largest legal organization, says in a statement that, quote, everything can be more efficient, but adherence to the rule of law is paramount. The group adds that dismantling congressionally enacted agencies is wrong. One of these agencies, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Employees receiving an email that they should not come into the office, instructing them, please do not perform work tasks. The Bureau was created after the 2008 financial crisis to protect American families from unfair and deceptive practices on everything from mortgages to credit cards.
That's ABC's Rachel Scott in Washington, where today President Trump meets with Jordan's king a day after he threatened to cut off aid if Jordan does not go along with his plans for Gaza. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell testifies today on Capitol Hill amid questions about future interest rate cuts and disruption to the economy as a result of tariffs. This is ABC News.
Southbound 43, you got some backups from Hampton pretty much all the way down past Locust. Eastbound 94's got some backups as well from 84th Street all the way through to about 35th. Slowdowns on northbound 4394 coming out of the Mitchell Interchange on the Plainfield curve all the way up towards Beecher. An earlier disabled vehicle has been cleared out of the way. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Flurries today, cloudy. Some sun's going to poke through later on today, a high of 22. Tonight, more clouds and a low of 17. Snow in the forecast for tomorrow. Right now at 8:32, 14 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a lead risk assessment for an MPS school is going to be made public today. So the Milwaukee Health Department is releasing the report from Golda Meir after finding excessive lead levels in dust and paint at 2 schools this past week. MHD found a student was exposed to lead paint in a basement bathroom at Golda Meir Lower Campus. That was last month. Unacceptable lead levels also found at Albert Kagel Dual Language School. MHD sent a letter to the district last week directing MPS to fully comply with lead hazard cleaning and abatement. We expect more details later today.
A family in Beaver Dam pleading for the return of their pregnant 16-year-old daughter who triggered an Amber Alert with her disappearance last week. Parents of missing teen Sophia Franklin releasing a statement on Facebook saying her absence has been, quote, a torment, but the family is not going anywhere. Franklin has been missing since February 3rd and believed to be with 40-year-old Gary Day of Arkansas, who is the father of Franklin's unborn child. Day charged with child abduction and child enticement. That Amber Alert still in effect for Franklin in both Wisconsin and in Arkansas.
One person dead after a car fire on Milwaukee's northwest side. This happened near 26th and Locust Monday evening. Firefighters found a person dead inside the vehicle after they put the fire out. The cause of that car fire is still unknown.
6 fatal UTV accidents in Wisconsin this winter, triggering a renewed call for safety on the ice.
The DNR registers UTVs weighing up to 3,000 pounds that can hold as many as 6 people.
A lot of these UTVs have fully enclosed cabs, doors, roll-up windows. They've got heat, air conditioning. A lot of them are outfitted a lot like a smaller motor vehicle, and that can push their weight up.
DNR Lieutenant Jacob Holzclaw says that means you should always have a plan on the ice.
It's always a good idea to wear a float coat, which is basically a winter coat with some flotation built into it, or have a life jacket with you, readily accessible.
Jessica Gatso, WTMJ News.
Artificial intelligence is now helping law enforcement. In Elgin, Illinois, the police department there is using AI to transcribe audio from body cameras. Proponents tout the time and money it saves, but critics say it could be a problem in court. Retired former Waukesha County Sheriff's Detective Steve Peterson tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
The questions come in is who actually wrote the report? Did the officer write the report or did AI write the report? And I think this comes into play when an officer is on the stand, and one of the things a defense attorney will typically do is try to impeach the officer's report.
Now, officers would still be reviewing and editing the AI-generated transcripts before submitting those reports.
We're keeping a close eye on the skies tomorrow. A winter storm watch taking effect early in the morning Wednesday for most of southeast Wisconsin. Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky lays out the timing.
Tomorrow morning's commute is most likely going to be fine. The snow moves in like 9-ish, I would say, for most of southeastern Wisconsin. Now, the problem with that is the way home could be terrible.
Watching totals as well. They'll be higher, closer to the lake, up to 8 inches possible. We'll have your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast in a little bit.
News about your money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The bell has rung. Everything in the red. The futures were down. Now we're into it, and everything's still down. The Dow is starting the day down 106. The NASDAQ down 60. And the S&P is down 15. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com.
Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 8:35.
Traffic sponsored by the residential and commercial electrical experts at Best Electric. It's bestelect.com.
Connect with Best Electric for panel upgrades, electrical vehicle charging installation, and residential electric service calls. Visit bestelect.com today.
Coming up, check that chip.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to Milwaukee MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Hey, it's Brian Noonan. I've only been on this weight loss journey for 3 weeks. I've already lost 23 pounds thanks to the amazing team at Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been eating healthier, drinking more water, and I feel a lot more energized. There's no better way to start the new year.
Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. Schedule your free consultation by calling 262-449-1180 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Restaurant prices are soaring, but not at the Mine Shaft restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. One of my favorite places, family-owned for almost 50 years. I took my daughters there. Great memories. It's super affordable, and it's so much fun. Every Tuesday, the authentic Mexican buffet is all you can eat, and it's just $9.99. It's the best Tuesday dining value, $9.99. Kids 5 and under eat free today from that kids menu. They can safely play in the world-class game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your meal. Stop today after school. Check this out. The Wednesday all-you-can-eat fish fry is just $7.99. Whoa, that's crazy. From 2 till 5 today, beers, cocktails, and appetizers are half price. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and just off Highway 41 in Oshkosh, right near EAA. Walk in today for the Tuesday all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet for under $10. MineShaftRestaurant.com. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
8:38 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Vince is back tomorrow from his trip to Florida. Vetrano returns. Erik Bilstad along with Adam Roberts.
Pet owners, if your dog or cat has a microchip, I know mine certainly does, you should check the company it is registered with.
Reports say Save This Life, a microchipping company in Texas, closed, and pets in their system are no longer registered in the national database. That means if they're lost, it could be harder to find the owner. If you're not sure what company your pet's microchip is registered with, you can bring them to a vet or rescue to have them scanned.
It's News Nation's Nick Smith there. So yeah, this is one of those things that as a dog owner, it was like set it and forget it. Now, we adopted our dog from a rescue, but we made sure to ask, hey, is there a chip in there? So if Nico runs off, and she did the first week we had her, we got to be able to make sure we can track her down. So this is a good reminder that you shouldn't just set and forget that stuff. Check back in, and you can give your information to another company and track it that way.
So if your chip doesn't work, you'd have to get a new chip then? Is that...
I think the registration just goes to another place. So you get the data from your vet, and then you send it to another company and say, this is the...
Okay, so the chip would still be active.
Yeah, your vet should be able to help you out with that, too.
That's good to know, though, because like Adam said, you just kind of assume. I mean, there's times I'm like, someone will find the dog and call us.
Yeah, right.
Probably shouldn't live that cavalierly.
Probably not.
All right, well, Debbie Lozga, our pet lover of the group. Not that the other two of us don't like our pets.
No, you don't. Not as much as I love mine. Just saying.
So how are the roads?
Dropping the gauntlet. All right. Well, eastbound on 94, we've got some backups from 84th Street all the way through to about 35th. Westbound's clear right now. Southbound on 43, backing up from just south of Hampton all the way down to about North Avenue. Northbound 4394, still slow around the Plainfield curve up towards the KK River crossing. But once you get past that, you're good to go all the way into the Marquette. I'm kidding. I know you guys love your animals. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
It's true. You
so
got us.
True.
Coming up, so there is a big basketball game between Brook East and Brook Central on Friday. There's also a girls and a boys game, but it was the game in between those varsity contests that drew the most attention. We'll explain next.
I'm excited about it. You know, these cutting edge things that are new in medicine now, I'm all in on it. I'm all in on QC Kinetics. It works.
Henry Hinton decided to check out QC Kinetics regenerative treatments for his aching knees after seeing a close friend have amazing results without going under the knife.
I have a friend that started this, which is one of the reasons that I decided to do it. He could not play golf anymore, and he went to QC Kinetics and started having the treatments, and he's back golfing like 3 days a week. He couldn't play at all.
QC Kinetics gets you back to doing what you love, using your own natural biologics to help heal and restore damaged joints. Long-term relief that puts a guy back on the golf course.
You know, I've had one treatment so far, and I can already tell a difference. QC Kinetics works. I'm excited about it.
You're next. Start with a call to QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
The wait is over. Brewers baseball is back. Time to pick your Brewers games and get back to the ballpark for tailgate traditions and walk-off wins. Be here for opening day. Come back for the big games and the best giveaways. Where else would you want to be? Brewers tickets for the 2025 season are on sale Friday. That's opening day and every game, all summer long. Get on board for the show today. Tickets on sale Friday at Brewers.com.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Pretty neat moment in Brookfield last Friday. Friday of last week, the Brook East and Brook Central boys and girls basketball teams played their annual crosstown rivalry games. They were playing at Brook East this year. But the game in between those varsity contests is what got the most emotional response. Great story from WTMJ's Greg Matzik. It's the story of one student's vision that turned into a reality.
Tonight, we present to you the Unified Sports Basketball Game.
Unified Sports joins people with and without intellectual disabilities on the same team, inspired by a simple principle. Training together and playing together is a quick path to friendship and understanding. Last Friday night in Brookfield, members of the boys and girls varsity teams joined the Unified Sports athletes on the floor for an incredible experience.
Number 17, Carson Anderson. Number 22, Haley Burrow.
In 2022, Brookfield East freshman Hannah Christensen brought the concept of Unified Sports to Principal Andy Farley. Hannah's aha moment came when a special needs student participated in a halftime shooting contest at a Brookfield East basketball game.
Stacey Higgins.
When he made his first shot, the entire gym erupted. People were high-fiving each other. I even started crying, and I was like, how can we harness and scale this moment and create many of these moments all the time?
Hannah presented the idea in spring of 2022. In the fall of that year, Farley and Elmbrook School District leadership gave the green light to launch Unified Sports in Brookfield.
Hannah's vision for Unified Sports is our vision for our school and our community and for our society. I think Hannah's an amazing leader. We've done everything we can to support her and, more importantly, stay out of her way.
The first game was played in between the girls and boys varsity games, pitting Brookfield East against crosstown rival Brookfield Central.
Kind of brings our whole district together, and it's a big rivalry game. But the neat thing about Unified is, like, in this moment, we're not really competing. We're just one big district coming together and helping these individuals have a special night.
3 years later, the Unified Sports basketball game is still being played in Brookfield, and Hannah, now a senior, is working to grow the initiative.
Step number 1 is starting in our district, and we've done that. It's been successful. And step number 2 is now spreading it and forming what I consider a mini conference. And I'm at that step right now.
There's even plans for a unified track meet in spring.
I think of everything that great that comes out of sports. We're building that experience for all kids, and that's truly inspiring to see.
Hannah Christensen had a vision for Unified Sports and what it could mean to the district. Helping shape her vision for Unified Sports in Brookfield is Hannah's role as a sister of a brother with special needs.
We're a big basketball family, so when we go to the gym and shoot hoops, my brother always wanted to participate, and I just knew that, like, when he got to high school, there wasn't an option for him, and this has been a really neat moment for not only our family, but everyone.
Hannah has seen her vision grow with the unwavering support of the school district, and the future of the program is in good hands.
I trust that this program will keep growing, but even when I'm away at college, I don't plan just to leave this behind, and I'm going to continue trying to find ways to expand it
and its impact is far-reaching.
I started Unified Sports benefiting these individuals, and we continue to do so, but as I've been reflecting, I honestly think we are the ones benefiting the most. I'm very proud to be in our district and be at this school with all the staff that's helped make this dream a reality.
Look out, here comes Pelican. Joe Pelican for 2.
Fantastic, man. She says she's proud. Well, the district's proud of you, too. Proud of what you're doing, man. That's the best part when you see these young kids. It gives you hope because there's some good ones in that bunch. Trust me. In 1989, the Special Olympics adopted unified sports to expand sports opportunities for athletes seeking new challenges while achieving social inclusion. Good stuff from WTMJ's Greg Matzik. Hey, couple of quick things here. One, don't forget everything on the program, including some interesting comments from the Vice President in the summit, AI Summit taking place in Paris this morning. That's on the podcast page. Our chat with Mark Tauscher about the future of Aaron Rodgers, that's on the podcast page, and much, much more. Just text the word Vince to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. We'll send you it all because what Greg does is he cuts it all up so it's very easy and snackable, tiny little portions. Easy to consume, Adam. 855-616-1620. Just text the word Vince, V-I-N-C-E. Speaking of snackable, so one of the stories that this is interesting to me because it's one that has been out there, and more people have had the opportunity to do this. The idea of tackling their food allergy, peanuts and peanut butter, has been a huge issue for many parents with children who have grown up with these debilitating allergies, and they have taken lives from people before. And this new study now is out there, and it's offering hope for families with these peanut allergies. They are finding that more and more children are able to build up a peanut tolerance if you do this gradual dose of store-bought peanut butter. ABC's medical contributor, Dr. Alok Patel.
Millions of people are living today with food allergies, which is very limiting and in some situations dangerous. This is offering us a great glimpse of hope for a lot of people out there, not just when it comes to peanuts, but a lot of other food allergies.
So how do you do it? Well, you do micro doses at first.
Telling us that it is possible in these kids who are able to tolerate a small amount of peanuts that they can essentially train their bodies to not be triggered by peanuts.
So in one group, they gave these kids a small increasing amount of peanut products over the course of 18 months. They found that those kids then were actually able to tolerate that product after the fact. Now, some may say, well, this isn't really new. We've heard of this before. But what makes this study so interesting is that they're now thinking they might be able to expand it to other specific peanuts, other specific foods, as they try to tackle the allergy problem that so many people have.
That also seems like something you really, if you are undertaking this and exposing your child to these limited amounts that slowly grow, seems like something you really have to make sure you're following your instructions exactly and not just say, oh, hey, well, you seem to be reacting fine. Maybe we move up a little bit. So keep that in mind as well.
8:50. All right, Debbie Lazga, how are those roads?
Well, things are starting to wind down a little bit more. Southbound 43 just a little bit backed up right past Capitol Drive towards Locust. Eastbound 94 a bit heavy from 84th Street to about 35th. Westbound's clear. Northbound 4394 around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenues where you're seeing some delays. We also have right about at the northbound 94 at the collector ramp from the airport spur. We have the right shoulder blocked with a broken down vehicle, so that might be a little bit of a distraction. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Don't count us out. Not
Lillard scoops to the hoop, lays it in. The Bucks have taken a 1-point Lopez in transition, squeezes up a three, and he drilled it. The Bucks throwing fire.
This season is far from over.
To work with drives inside and stuffs it down with the right hand. 59 points now for Giannis. He's tapping his chest as he goes the other way, saying, "This is my house.
We are the home of the Bucks.
This is my house."
WTMJ.
A cancer diagnosis shouldn't mean we can't make plans. It shouldn't mean living without joy or optimism. Cancer shouldn't be calling the shots. At the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Network, we're pushing to put cancer in its place by pulling together teams of leading specialists and researchers who work tirelessly for breakthrough innovative ways to treat every cancer, to treat your cancer. and by providing the largest cancer clinical trials treatment program in Wisconsin. So there are more treatment options and more reasons to be hopeful. So let's keep innovating. Let's keep discovering. Let's push to make every cancer diagnosis a story of survivorship and bring back the lightness of life that cancer takes away. To learn more about breakthrough cancer care, visit froedtert.com/cancer.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a good karma brand station.
8:53 before we get to the political power hour. Got ourselves a forecast, Adam. It's sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating. So something to pay attention to tomorrow. What are we looking at here?
So right now, this is the latest information from our friend Storm Team 4. Lots of snow, especially if you're on the lakefront. Talking right now, 5 to 7 inches is the general amount, though there is that plus on the end of the 7. So
Just
we're looking locally higher amounts, and this will be a lake effect situation as well. Starting to move in about mid-morning, that according to Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky was with us earlier this morning, and then kind of continuing throughout the day. So the timeline is an interesting one, certainly, with the mid-morning coming after most of us get into work or send the kids off to school. It's going to be the afternoon, Eric, where things really could be a bit dicey.
So 3 to 5 inches to the north and west. So it's really along the lake that they're kind of keeping their eye on this situation. And one thing that Brian did say is that it could reach the threshold where it becomes a warning. And if that does happen, you might see a school pull the chute because they'd be worried about getting kids home at, say, 3:30 or 4 o'clock, whatever time your school gets out. So that's really the issue here. It's not necessarily that they are so afraid and don't want to have school. It's more of, okay, are we going to run into a problem getting kids home?
Yeah, logistics. And it's also kind of a big deal because we always like to wait on what meteorologists especially and not jump the gun on putting a winter storm warning or whatever too early in case things change, which they can. But we're within that window now where, the Weather Service will have to make a decision, and then the school districts will then subsequently have to make pretty quick calls as well.
So what we here are telling you is to keep it in your back pocket. Just know that there could be some changes tomorrow. It's a fluid situation. Just a nice reminder for you today. Hey, 8:55, a couple of things that you're going to notice today, a couple of happening now stories. One of them deals with the DNR. We're going to get an update from them on bird flu. This as signs are now going up at different grocery stores like Costco and Trader Joe's saying, hey, you can only take a dozen eggs today. That's happening today. Also today, MPS. They have a special board meeting on superintendent finalists. Could today be the day?
Potentially, this is their timeline now that the finalists have all met with the public. They've done the handshakes. They've done the meet and greets. So on that agenda tonight for the board is to consider those finalists. That doesn't mean necessarily pick one.
Right.
But the window is kind of open now where they could make that decision. Also, expecting today to hear more about the lead paint situation we've been following closely at several MPS schools.
Vince is back tomorrow. The Political Power Hour coming up next.
I hope he wins the three-point contest. I hope he plays 2 minutes in the All-Star game and then gets rest. My guess is Dame will be almost the, what is it when you're the lead of the parade? What do they call you? The Grand Marshal? Is that what it is? What did you call it? What is that? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm not going with that one. But
these are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
3 buyers acquire 23 Pizza Hut locations in Wisconsin. The buyers paid